So what'll it be, Ambassador?
I will teach you.
About yourself?
About you. Until you are ready.
For what?
To fight legends.
Ugh. Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Matt.
And this is
We Are All Kosh.
a Babylon 5 podcast. I hope everybody had a happy Halloween.
A happy Halloween.
A happy Halloween. We missed last week because we were getting our family ready for Halloween because, as terrifying as it may sound, we have procreated not once, but twice. And it turns out kids need you to like do shit for them. I don't know. You can't just be like podcasting and then scatter some Oreos around on the ground and let them have at it.
It works in the short term, but it's not a good long-term strategy.
No. Then they start telling you that your kids are feral and uncivilized and don't have social skills or whatever. I'm kidding.
Who needs that?
We have great kids. But yeah, kids require care. So we had to do that whole family thing. And now we're back to talk about Babylon 5. And we're going to talk about Babylon 5, Season 2, Episode 13. Hunter,
Spooky number 13.
Right. I know it is. Oh, it was a Halloween episode. We're not that far off. Halloween would have just happened.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Plus, they got to hear us talk about Frank Langella's 1979 classic, Dracula. The one of maybe two Dracula movies. Oh, that's not fair. There's like a third one now, I think. Canonically, I hate Dracula. I fucking hate Dracula. And then we did that whole thing where we did every single vampire movie made in 1979, which it turns out was like 8 Dracula movies. And I think it broke me. But the Frank Langella one is good. It's good. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have anything to do with the book, which is probably why I really liked it. This episode was originally aired the 1st of March, 1995. And it has a P5 rating? No, Psi rating?
P5.
P5 rating of 8.2. I put P5, but I think it's a Psi rating.
Yeah, I think it is Psi rating.
I don't know. I was up really early. I'm trying my best here. And I should mention that June Lockhart passed. She was in the episode where she was transferring her life force to people. So I guess she finally ran out.
That's the image that popped into my head, but I was only about 50% sure.
The Lost in Space mom.
Yeah.
Bill Mummy's mom from Lost in Space. When we did the episode, she was alive and she has since passed. So I wanted to go ahead and mention that. So I guess she ran out of life force from the serial killer. It's bound to happen eventually.
Yeah.
This episode was written by JMS. Duh. That's going to become redundant from here on out, but like I'll put it in there anyway. It was written by JMS. It was directed by Menachem Binetski. This is his first time directing anything Babylon 5, and he only directs one other Babylon 5 episode. He only directs 6 other things in total, 2 of which he wrote himself. So right. This is one of his limited outings, one might say.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah. I thought this was directed well.
Yeah, it's not the Grail, so it's fine.
There's a pretty low bar.
The Grail being the lowest possible bar of no director and some director. It was not the Grail, so I think he did fine. Sometimes I think you can see the hand of the director, like when they're really going crazy on the 3/4 angle and the, the angle that they use to create. I forget, it has a name. And it's an angle that they use in filmmaking to create a sense of tension.
Okay.
And they use it a lot in horror movies because it makes the viewer feel unstable. So it makes you feel like uncertain. And you can tell when they're just like going whole hog on that. And he didn't. He used a lot of shadow because we got Noir Garibaldi on steroids. But he did a lot of good. You stand back there in the shadow and now walk out towards me. And I feel like every time he did it, it was executed well.
Yeah.
So it was fine. Bernie Casey is in this as Derek Cranston. He passed away in 2017. 2017. He wasn't young when he passed away, but he did pass away. And he was in a movie called Gargoyles in 1972 as the Gargoyle. And I was poking around at some like promo photos of it. And I kind of think we need to find it and watch it. Like I was at a thrift store the other day and I was poking through the VHSs because we have a VHS player. And so they had a thing that was like, we're trying to get rid of our fucking VHSs because like nobody buys them. And I was like, well, okay, I'll look. And I found a couple of bangers. I found The Last Seduction, which looks like a porn, but it has Bill Pullman in it. So clearly we're going to watch that. Mm-hmm. And I found Canada by Rail, which is just a video of riding around Canada on a train, which I was like, okay, sure. Let's do that.
Slow TV.
And then Baby, Legend of the Lost, which is why I bring this up, because it's one of those movies where you're like, have I seen that? I feel like I've seen that. But you look it up and everybody is like, have I seen this? What? And so it reminds you that there's media out there that just disappears into the ether. Not everything gets saved. And I really hope, the point of the story is I really hope we can find a copy of The Gargoyle because I want to start doing movie episodes. We're going to start doing movie episodes. We need a pinky promise. I'm going to pinky promise with your foot, which is right here in front of me. Here, because your pinky toe is basically the same length. Okay, there we go. All right, so we've pinky promised we're going to start doing movie episodes and putting them up on the Patreon. I keep saying we're working on content for the Patreon. It never materializes. It's going to.
It's a slow burn.
It is, yeah. It's enemies to lovers. Patreon is my enemy. I'm trying to learn to love it. He was also Peters in The Man Who Fell to Earth, which is the David Bowie movie. Yeah. Didn't they reboot that? I think they made a TV show out of it.
It was a sequel.
Oh, was it a sequel?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it. I watched the first one.
And I think it's someone from the same planet who comes to like check up on him.
Oh, okay. It reminded me of Stranger in a Strange Land. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Of me being like, is this based on Stranger of a Strange Land? And that's like the only thing about it I remember. And David Bowie.
Yeah.
And how David Bowie was so effortlessly alien because he kind of already was. And I have such deep respect for David Bowie because I've watched a lot of interviews with him. And he's like, I'm not a musician. It's not about the music. It's about the message. And music is just the best way to get it out there. And I just appreciate that he was always doing his own thing. Except in the
and he was... he had premonitions of what the internet would become in the very early days of the internet. There's a clip from an interview where he talks about, we don't even know what this is going to do to us. It's revolutionary.
Yeah, it's going to destroy us is what it's going to do.
Well, yeah.
Well, now the internet's dead, so who cares? R.I.P.
Yeah, I think
internet.
Something just came out and...
It flipped this year.
Roughly, it was just over 50% of all content visible to people was produced by AI or bots.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more on the internet than just like the public people facing internet.
Yeah, but the general, like, I go on the internet for blank. Yeah.
It passed the 50% threshold of like publicly visible content.
Yeah, we're not talking about the dark web. Not everybody's in technology. Some of us hate making logins. And that's where I stop for the most part. So anything before the login page is me. So I'm the one who suffers when everything is bot driven because I don't see what other people hide behind walls because I don't care to go around them. I'm like, well, your content must not be that good, so I won't make a login.
Well, the deep web includes other stuff like when you log into a bank.
I know, when you have a login.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
But what would you log into for human-generated content.
Everything wants you to log in. Everything demands that you make a login for stuff. I just go to casually browse a website for clothes or something, and it's like, hey, baby, you want 10% off? Hey, baby, you want 10% off? Give me that sweet, sweet email. And I'm like, no, you can't fucking have my email because then I'm going to have to tell you no. And then a year later, you're going to be like, hey, we went ahead and put you back on the list. Or my favorite one is I've never been on the list, and all of a sudden they're sending me emails. Arctic Fox, the hair color, started sending me emails the other day, and I was like, what? I don't even have hair. Will you stop sending me text? What are you doing? And then I started getting one. Anyway, that is a soapbox. We're going back. We're going back to Bernie Casey. We're reeling it back. This is a Strange and Beautiful book club rant. This is not a We Are All Kosh rant. He was also Bubba Haywood in Roots, The Next Generation.
Mm-hmm.
He was in The Martian Chronicles, which was a TV miniseries made in 1980, and I kind of want to see it because I like The Martian Chronicles.
What's The Martian Chronicles?
Isn't that the one, the Edgar Rice Burroughs?
I don't know.
One where John Carter goes to Mars?
I don't know if that's called The Martian Chronicles.
I think it's The Martian Chronicles.
Okay. And we can check it out.
I mean, we can watch it and find out. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? And he's also in Revenge of the Nerds. Pretty much every Revenge of the Nerds movie up to like 4, however many they made, as U.N. Jefferson. I'm not going to lie. I think I've only seen the first one. And I think I've only seen the first one once. And
I think I've seen the second one.
I don't feel like it aged well, so I just kind of haven't revisited it. I don't want it in my head as like, ew, that was gross. Why did anybody ever like it? So I just haven't gone back. He was also Mr. Ryan in Bill and Ted, which is going to matter in a minute because he's not the only person in this who was also in Bill and Ted. Wanda De Jesus was Sarah. She's the stranger lady, the random psyop lady who shows up and is like...
The one who's part of the kind of military subgroup that's the conspiracy theory group.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the secret circle inside...
Clark assassinated Santiago conspiracy.
Yeah, that one. She was in RoboCop as Estevez. She's in RoboCop 1 and RoboCop 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Famously, we did RoboCop. It was the first time I think I had ever seen RoboCop. We talked about the original RoboCop, and we watched the new RoboCop, which was hot fucking garbage. Hot trash is what that was. And I think that was our ultimate conclusion. That was one of our most popular episodes for a while, was our RoboCop versus RoboCop episode. It was just me going, this was shit. Who the fuck made this movie? The first one was fine. She has a recurring role on CSI Miami. And she was also in Sons of Anarchy, which has the guy in it from He Never Died.
Henry Rollins?
Yeah, Henry Rollins in Sons of Anarchy. I think so. I don't know. He Never Died's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I can plug that, I'm going to plug it because if you haven't seen it and you like vampires, you should probably watch it. It's like dumb good. I feel like we've talked about this a lot on Cinematic Anarchy, which is there's kind of a nadir of horror, of like badness, where you're like, it's not good. Like it's unwatchable. But then there's this sweet spot of like, it's bad, but it's so bad, it's entertaining. Like you enjoy it for exactly what it is. Oh, this is interesting. Here's a relevant conversation for this. So Tron Ares just came out.
Mm-hmm. And flopped.
And it flopped. So I was watching a creator who went to see it immediately and came back and was like, it was fucking sucked. Like it just fucking sucked. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I can't. It was just the fuck. It's a franchise killer. It's absolutely horrific. This is going to kill Jared Leto's career. Spoiler alert, probably not, because it never fucking does. But my personal issues with Jared Leto aside, she then made another video where she went back and she was like, I'm going back. I'm going to try this again. And I'm just going to sit back and vibe with this movie.
Okay.
She was like, I have spent a lot of time listening to the soundtrack. It's a great soundtrack. I am not going to go in with any expectations. I am literally just going to go in and vibe with the movie. Mm-hmm. And so she came back and she was like, I was wrong. I was wrong. It was a good movie.
It was a good
vibe movie. It was
movie.
not a good movie, but it was
enjoyable.
It was a good movie. She goes, once I just sat back I just stopped worrying about whether or not it made sense, about whether or not it had a plot, about any of that stuff. I just vibed with it, listened to the music, had fun with the action, didn't ask anything of it that I wasn't going to get from it. It was a good movie.
Okay.
And I feel like that is a really important point.
I think that's a valuable skill. Especially when I think the trend has been an increase in like criticism.
Well,
being, I guess, the street cred of having criticisms about things, about media.
Oh yeah,
is
the hot takes.
And to like demonstrate that you actually saw it and like paid attention, you have to have some kind of feedback on it.
Right.
No, you can enjoy a thing without
a dose
being
of irony.
able to like propositionally analyze it and criticize it.
Well, I think it's a protective thing.
Yeah.
If I don't just wholly love it, no one can take it away from me. If I'm like, it was okay for what it was, then if someone's like, oh, it's shit, you're like, yeah, no, it was shit. Like, you can agree. Or if they're like, it was good, you can be like, oh, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and
you can go either way.
Another thing is like, you can be a fan of something without being a super fan of something.
Yeah, which
you're
is not
less
a
of
thing.
a fan.
Right. Well, I think it's part of the rising cost of seeing movies at the theater. Is it our level of expectation for movies at the theater is higher?
And you have to justify what you get out of it.
When there were $1.50 theaters, I walked in there needing nothing. I snuck some food in. I spent $1.50, and I had pocket change, and you got to sit in a movie theater and have a good time.
Yeah.
But when I'm spending $20 on a ticket per person, plus childcare, plus concessions, plus if I'm spending $100 on a movie, it better fucking be good. Or I'll watch it at home. And at home, I'm much more of a vibe watcher than I am just seeing it in the theaters. And I think it's just like plus we've talked about this, we beat this dead horse a lot too, which is just the transition of the industry from being able to make just a little bit of money and still being considered a success.
To everything has to be a blockbuster.
To everything has to be a blockbuster. Because they throw fucking money at these movies, and then they need to get so much out of them.
They throw all their eggs in one basket.
And then they need to get everything out of them. Tron's a flop. Okay, well, probably if you took the amount of money that it made and you rewound through 30 years, it would have been a fine middle-of-the-road movie. It may have ended up in the second-run movie theaters faster. Okay, well, then they made a lot of money in the second-run theaters, and then they recouped their money in VHS sales.
Yeah. But you don't do VHS sales anymore.
Yeah, you can't see the sales. The secondary market is gone. So you have to make all of your money on the front end. Anyway, that's another soapbox that we're not going to get on right now. But I wanted to point out, it's okay to vibe watch. It's okay to just enjoy a thing. It's okay to watch it and be like, the fuck was that? We just watched Flash Gordon. I feel like that's an excellent example of a movie that was like, what the fuck is happening?
It was a decent vibe movie.
If you just sat back, had a
Enjoy
couple
the
of
ride.
friends, a couple of beers, and you put that movie on, that movie is a fucking good time. Is it a good movie? Not by any stretch of the imagination. No, negative, Captain. That is a no. Is it fun to sit and watch? Hell yeah, it's fun to sit and watch in community.
Yeah.
In community. Like we've talked before where you lose community around watching a thing. You just have to enjoy the thing solely yourself. You, as the island that you are, must enjoy it. I just saw a thing where they're going to somebody is working on making these like AI robots that can be your friend. Like you buy them and you bring them home and they're your friend. And I thought, oh, real fucking great. You capitalismed us out of having community. Like you've isolated everybody. And now you're going to subscribe to friendship.
And I think that's a pretty plausible take on social media. And Mark Zuckerberg has even said that they want to make AI friends because of the loneliness epidemic.
Right.
But social media is what's driving the loneliness epidemic.
Correct. Yeah. Ironically.
Because it's undermining all connection and community.
Right.
And then, we can sell you that back now.
Right. Because the rise of bean soup, of the phenomenon of bean soup, which is what we talked about this week, which is like, we all live in these worlds, these online worlds that are all tailored algorithms, tailored media, tailored friend recommendations, tailored account recommendations that are all specifically for you. So when you come across something that's not yours, that's not for you, we've lost the critical faculty to say, well, not that, and move on.
Right.
But I don't like bean soup. Well, then don't look at a recipe for bean soup.
If something comes across your feed that you don't like, you have like a really strong knee-jerk reaction to it.
Yeah. And
rejection of it.
Right. And you need that, which leads me into the everybody wants a village, nobody wants to be a villager.
But it takes work and responsibility.
We've lost the ability to be uncomfortable in community.
Mm-hmm.
Like part of being in a community is not everything is always great. Somebody's got to take out the trash. Somebody's got to do the hard shit. So you got to have hard conversations if you want to be a part of a community. It's like a relationship. Yeah, we've been together. Our relationship can drink. My niece, who I used to call my Gen Z niece and have a lot of fun with, who has now aged out of being funny. God damn it.
Aged out of being a teenager.
Aged out of being a teenager, exactly. You came to visit her at the hospital when she was born.
Mm-hmm.
And she just turned old enough to drink.
Yeah.
So that makes our relationship old enough to drink. Do we never have hard times? No, we have hard times. Do we always, do we get through them? Yeah, because this community is important to me. Your community is important to me. So we work through it. Sometimes we fight on the podcast. That's the one thing I hate about Kate. Well, I don't like that my friends are far away, but we moved away and Kate can't be in the room with us because when we would get at each other, she'd be like, oh no, is this fighting? Are you guys fighting? Is that what this is? Anyway, this has been Social Commentary Corner with Matt and Rachel. I feel like I need an intro song and an outro song for our opening social commentary. Well, I think about it a lot because we do this as a relationship building thing for ourselves. And we also do this as like, hey, if you guys want to join in this moment that we're having together, fucking welcome. I'm glad to have you. And if I can insert a little bit of like, don't let them take your friends away from you. Fight for that shit. Then I'm going to do it. Tony Steadman is the guy who plays Dr. Everett Jacobs. He died in 2001. He was quite old. He was born in like 1932. He was not young, but he definitely died in 2001. He was in 132 episodes of The Newcomers from 1965 to 1967. He's probably the one with the oldest credits, like the longest to go credits. He was in The Fall Guy. He was in The A-Team. He was in some pretty big name television shows. And then I feel like he settled gently into the old guy. Because he was in Scrooged as like the old guy. He was in Soccer. He was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure as Socrates.
That's what I recognize him from.
As the old guy. He was in Delirious, which is that John Candy movie where he's a soap opera writer and he gets a head injury and then he realizes he's in his own soap opera. And I made you watch it and you fucking hated it. I like that movie. And you were like, what is
It was
happening?
mildly
This
entertaining
is
in
terrible.
retrospect.
I really hate this. It was a lot of situational embarrassment comedy, which you cannot stand. So I get it. Richard Mole is the guy who plays Max.
He's the most cyberpunk look.
I have seen this man. In everything. I feel like if you needed like a hulking guy that was probably the bad guy because he could go, then you hired this guy. He died in 2023. He was in Buck Rogers in the 21st Century, the TV show. He was also in Mork and Mindy, which I mentioned because we just finished The Dark Tower. And in The Dark Tower, we find out about a bunch of telekinetic, telepathic. Why can I never think of the word telepathic? People that they call morks. Yeah. They're like, oh, they call them morks from some old television show or whatever. And I was like, Mork and Mindy. He was also in The Fall Guy, which I'm starting to feel like the universe is telling us to watch The Fall Guy because everybody's in The Fall Guy. Do I feel this way about Walker, Texas Ranger? No. Do I feel this way about The Fall Guy? I kind of feel like I want to watch The Fall Guy. Yeah. He was in 193 episodes of Night Court.
Okay, what is Night Court?
I don't know. As a character named Nostradamus Bull Shannon. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what Night Court is. That's not... It predates me. It's an 80s television show. A long-running 80s television show, so it's very intimidating. Okay. And I'm currently engaged in watching Tracker, and it is taking all of my time and mental effort to try to get through that. The Adrian Paul, I'm an alien, and I'm hunting down other aliens in Chicago, which may or may not be next to New Mexico television show from the early 2000s, which is, and I cannot stress this enough, feels like an early experiment of AI writing. Because literally nothing fucking makes sense. He uses a panini press to find what somebody looks like from a bath towel that somebody dried their face on. And I'm just going to leave that right there. Speaking of Adrian Paul, this guy's also in a Highlander episode. Surprise, surprise. He had like 179 credits. I cannot talk about everything that this man was in. He's actually the only actor mentioned by name in the old-timey forum posts, too. Because somebody must have asked, is Richard Mole coming back? And JMS was like, no. No, it's just a one-time, no. He was a useful underground mob boss on Babylon 5 that could capture somebody and really stick his foot into something way too big for him. Mm-hmm. So whatever. Kosh's comment later when Sheridan confronts him mirrors the speech that Sheridan gave when he first arrived on Babylon 5. And he said it will be even better when you begin to understand what you do not understand.
Yeah.
Because Kosh is like, well, can you teach me how to understand you? After he just said, you don't even understand you. And Sheridan was like, oh, hell yeah. Yeah, no, I can tell you all about me. What do you want to know, bro? I'm here for you. And Kosh is like,
you do not understand.
You didn't get it. Never mind.
Whoosh over your head.
Swing and a miss, Sheridan. Another thing that pops up when he's talking to Kosh is he keeps asking him, what do you want? What do you want? Which was Morden's question.
Right.
It's a shadow question.
So when Sheridan Kosh doesn't like it.
What do you want? And Kosh is like, don't fucking ask me that. If you translate the writing on the Vorlon ship, remember when Kosh comes out and he's like, doo-doo-doo-doo, and his ship is like, doo-doo-doo-doo, and it writes it sends him a text. That translates into Steve Pugh, who was the visual effects artist involved in the production. So he signed the ship.
Nice.
I love that for him. So we start this episode. It's Garibaldi coming up to the CNC, and he's
kinda
like,
sus.
He's like, hey, I'm looking for the captain in Ivanova. And tech number 1, who still doesn't have a name after all this time, is like, they went down to Bay 13. I can link in if you want. And he's like, no, that's good. I need to talk to them in person, but like, Bay
Nobody
13?
goes to Bay 13.
Nobody goes to Bay 13. And it reminded me
it's the unlucky Bay.
So Friday 13th used to be Freya's day.
Right.
Freya, the goddess of like love and seduction. And so it was like orgy day. It was like fuck your friends day. And so the Catholics were like, no, don't. No, don't. No. It's an
unlucky day.
So they were like, actually, that's a bad day. Is an unlucky day.
Friday the 13th is bad news.
It's not good. It's not fuck your friends day. It's fuck your friends day. It's not good. Don't do it. So if we take it from a more traditional interpretation, Kosh is in the swingers bay, the have a good day bay, because that's where Kosh's ship is parked, stationed, docked, located,
chilling,
however you want to phrase that. And then we cut to Bay 13, and it is Kosh's ship.
I wonder is the ship's name also Kosh?
I don't know. I don't know if this is really a spoiler, but we find out that like each Vorlon has his ship or their ship. They don't have like, you couldn't borrow a ship. Like this ship and Kosh are symbiotic. I think. Don't quote me on that, because I think when we get beep-a-doop-boo, not gonna talk about what I was just about gonna talk about. But it is Sheridan and Ivanova and the ship, who is actually also kind of a character, are standing in Bay 13. And Sheridan's like, wow, it's real pretty. They're standing in a green screen. I love this. This is the part of being an actor that I could never do. I could never stand there and then be like, this, they'll hold up a little model ship and be like, look at this. This is Kosh's ship. You like this. It's big. It's pretty. Okay, now act like it. I'd be like, no, I cannot. I can't make a thing be there that isn't actually there with my mind. So I respect this because they have to stand there in an entirely green screen. Nothing around them really is set. But he's like, it's so beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. There's no door. I love this.
How do you get in?
He's like, it's so smooth. There's no instrumentation. There's no door. There's no obvious way in. How does he even get in the ship? And they're all like, I don't know. Ivanova goes,
he sits on top.
What kind of a propulsion system does it have? And Ivanova's like, I don't fucking know. A sail. A solar sail, because it opens.
The back end does glow.
Yeah,
that might just be its butt.
And then the little things open. The little fins. I don't know. It might just be its butt. Yes, correct. It's got a space poop every once in a while. Or was it in Farscape? Because they have a living ship.
Yep.
And after a while, doesn't it have a baby?
Yes.
I thought so.
It's been pregnant the whole time.
Farscape is a long time ago. It's been a while since I've revisited Farscape. It does remind me of, I just read The Color of Magic. I don't know why. So that I could realize for myself that I don't like sci-fi, that I don't like comedy, like pure comedy books. Sometimes, but I don't know. Something about The Color of Magic. But it's fine. It's Terry Pratchett. Of course, it's amazing. I need to read the rest of the series. But Atuan the giant turtle is heading towards the Big Bang. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Where all the space turtles get together and make other little baby space turtles.
Mm-hmm.
You just led a whole line of reasoning that I did not want in my head. Because that thing comes out and tries to shoot Sheridan. Is that an arm?
I was thinking,
is it an appendage?
Like in Star Wars, they have the eye thing that comes out.
Yeah.
And it looks at everybody.
Yeah.
And I think they can have guns on them sometimes. So I was thinking of it like that. Like, hey, I'm going to look at you, but
okay, so it's like a probe.
I can also shoot you.
It's not like a snail. Don't snails, they stab the other snail with semen dart?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it's not like that. It's fine. I
It's
don't know
the
how we
doorman.
got here. It's fine. I don't know how we got here. I devolved immediately. I was like, was that a dick? I'm only ever slightly not making bad dick jokes. She's like, in the 2 years since Ambassador Kosh arrived in this thing, we've run a few surface scans, as much as we thought we could get away with, but we can't even really get through the skin. And he's like, so it's just kind of been sitting here this whole fucking time? And she's like, I mean, yeah, kinda. He's taken it out once or twice. What else is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to rent an Airbnb this shit? Oh, it's just been sitting here. He hasn't let anyone else use his ship.
I think they would expect he's an ambassador. He should be going to talk to people.
Doing other ambassadors. No, he just sits in his room and watches TV. What are you doing? I'm watching.
Learning.
And then Ivanova's like, sometimes late at night, I just come here and I look at it. And if you look really carefully, you can actually see the patterns moving. And then it changes to look at it. And it's really obvious that the patterns are moving. I'm like, I don't think you need to look carefully.
Maybe it was harder to see on a CRT screen.
Oh, okay. We'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that.
But the sometimes late at night, I just come here and watch it reminds me of Sphere, where they're all compelled to go and
look at the sphere.
Just look at the sphere.
Yeah.
And commune with it.
And then they're like, have you been in the sphere? No. Have you? No.
Yeah.
Not me. You know what movie I've been seeing a lot of rumbles about on various social media, film, whatever, is Underwater. Do you remember Underwater?
Oh, yeah, with
Kristen Stewart. We did that for our the trilogy that we did for the guy that did Love and Signal and Underwater, because he starts with Love, which was the one that we talked about with all the box fans, where he spent I think $5,000 or some shit to make this movie, and it's really good.
Yeah.
And then there's Signal, which we kind of didn't like, and it had Lawrence Fishburne in it, which is part of why I don't know why I'm talking about Lawrence Fishburne. It's fine. We're just gonna roll back on that. And then he did Underwater, and Underwater really just kind of didn't go where it needed to go. It's a fucking good movie. It's got Shaggoth in it. Come on, guys. I love a humans are not supposed to be here movie. oh shit, we're in a place we never should have come to.
Yeah.
It's always good. It's my favorite kind of psychological horror. Forget the
Cosmic horror?
Yeah. I like a good cosmic horror. I like a good psychological thriller. Forget the horror where it's like, oh no, there's a stabby man with a knife and he's chasing after me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, all of those feel like the third part of the trilogy of terror that I made you watch the other day with the doll, where the doll's like, and like chasing after the lady with the knife. And somehow she can't defend herself against this tiny little wooden doll. It's my favorite. Matt was like, oh, I think I've seen this one. Because we watched the first two, and the first two were like, what if women use sex to their advantage? How horrifying.
Pretty much.
What if they were actually the sexual predators? How terrifying would that be? And then the third one's like, what if there's a tiny little fucking wooden doll and it came to life and it stabbed your toes to death? And then you became the doll. And that's the third one. Anyway, I digress. She's like, I can't even imagine the kind of science that's behind something like this. And they're like, yeah, they must be like 1,000 years ahead of us. I think they're a little farther than that. I think you'll find they're like a little farther than that. Maybe. He goes, I'd give a year's pay to see what's inside this thing. Only that? I don't know. Is that a lot? I don't know. What does he get paid per year?
I don't know.
Could he offer that to Kosh? Be like, I'll give you $10,000. Cold hard cash on the barrelhead right here, right now. $10,000. You take me inside your ship. Kosh would be like, the fuck are you talking? No. Yeah, unconscious. I'll take you in unconscious. Yo, you don't stipulate. And he knocks you out, takes you in the ship, takes you out, and he's like, you were inside. What? No, I didn't see anything. You didn't say. You had to be aware.
Mm-hmm.
And then he walks forward because he's like, I just want to touch it, which is exactly what I would do. Okay, I'm ready to just want to touch it. And so he walks up with his hand out, and this little probe thing comes out, and it's like, yeah, don't get any closer. It starts scanning him. And Ivanova's like, oh, sir, stop what you're doing. Thanks, Ivanova. It's kind of like when you're in a car, and you're like, ah! Look out, but you can't say it in the moment. You're just like, car or stop or ice or whatever. She's like, Captain, back away slowly. And he does, and it goes away. She's like, you can see why we've had to quarantine this whole area. The last maintenance crew we had in here wouldn't come back.
You can see why we've had to quarantine this whole area. The last maintenance crew we had in here wouldn't come back. They kept having dreams about this thing. They said it talked to them in their sleep.
It's a mild quarantine, though.
I know. It's a quarantine, but I can come here late at night and watch the patterns change. And sometimes I write down what I think they are, and then I look it up, and it's an insight into my psychological state at the moment, because it's kind of like a Rorschach pattern.
Yeah.
So I was talking to somebody, and they were like, oh, yeah, I've been learning about those Rorschach patterns that you look at them. And I was like, Rorschach? And she's like, oh, yeah, Rorschach. Oh, yeah, thanks. And I wanted to be like, I know the superhero. Like, I know the Watchmen superhero. You're welcome. He's like, this is what Ivanova says. She says they kept having dreams about this thing. They said it to talk to them in their sleep. That's cosmic horror right there. Mm-hmm. You look at a spaceship and the spaceship looks back at you. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you could have an episode or like a B plot just about like a dock worker who's, okay, you got to go fix something in Bay 13.
I know.
And then they're like, oh, that's a weird looking ship. Okay, let me just weld this stuff up here. And then they go back to their room and they go to sleep. And then in a dream, the ship is talking to them.
We had that communion episode, the like communion reference episode. Mm-hmm. I want my Event Horizon episode. I want my this ship has seen shit episode. And I'm not talking about the one where the lady was asleep and she accidentally picked up an evil organ eating ghost.
Right.
That's not that. Not that. I want the like, what did it bring back? And we don't know. Like, that's the episode I want.
Yeah.
Or I'll just watch Event Horizon, I guess, or whatever. And Sheridan's like, oh, it's not the ship. It's Kosh. is Kosh. He's like, oh, that son of a bitch. And it's all because of the dream. If Kosh hadn't come to him in the dream, Sheridan never would have been like, what is up with Kosh anyway? But because he saw him in the dream, he's like...
And Kosh talked to him directly in the dream.
He's like, I gotta figure this shit. And then he popped up. He then popped up later and was like, I was in your dream, and then left.
Right, Kosh confirmed it.
I know.
If Kosh hadn't been waiting outside of the door to mutter to him, then Sheridan would just say, oh, that was a crazy dream I had.
You know what? I must have been under a lot of duress. I thought I saw Kosh. What? That's crazy. Instead,
and then
Kosh
is like, you were always here. It's like, oh, it wasn't a dream. It was it was a message.
He's like, he's been here for 2 years. We don't know anything more about him, his ship, or even his people or anything. It's time that changed. Yeah, literally, Kosh showed up. They're all like, oh, thank God we finally got the Vorlons to send an ambassador. This is great. And then Kosh was like, yeah, I'm not going to anything or participating
Please
in
don't
anything.
disturb me.
Don't talk to me or look at me or try to include me in any way. Thanks ever so much. He's been in his room for 2 years.
Yeah.
Watching TV. Do you wonder, did he run out of shit to watch? Has he just been... He's just been...
Now he's like, well, I guess I'll find something else to do.
He's watched the entirety of Sanctuary Moon. And now he's like, all right, fine. I guess I'll come out. Did he get a message from Homeland? What did his ship say? I mean, I know what his ship says. Like, I know if you translate it. But what are we supposed to think the ship said? Be like, turn the TV off. Do your fucking job. Oh,
Take me for a walk every once in a while.
I'm so fucking bored, Kosh. I've been here for 2 years. I am a sentient being. I have needs. He's like, it's time that changed, which is very good old secrets are fun Sheridan of like, I'm gonna make
project.
It my personal project.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then Garibaldi shows up and he's like, oh, hey, I need to talk to you and you too, Commander. And he's like, not here though. I don't want this on the link and I don't want to say it in front of that thing. Like, it's watching me. And so they leave.
Surprise, it can see you on the whole station.
I know. So they leave. And as soon as they leave, Kosh like comes out of the shadows. There's a lot of popping out of the shadows that happens in this episode. And this is the first one where Kosh...
This makes me think of when somebody pulls in your driveway and you're not expecting anybody and you look out your window like, what's going on here?
I know.
And Kosh felt like, oh, somebody's in Bay 13. I need to go check it out. And he's like peeking through the window to watch them while they're looking at his ship.
I do this.
What are you doing here?
I actually do this a lot because we have 2 driveways. And one driveway is in front of some structures that are ours, but they look abandoned. And so we get a lot of people that park there because they think that nobody lives there. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know why. It's right next to our house. Just one's on one side, one's on the other side. But people park there, and then I get to just watch them out the windows. And be like, what are you doing? Why are you in my driveway? And sometimes we go out, and people are like, oh, I'm sorry. Is this yours? And I'm like, yeah, I was just wondering who's parked in my driveway. Just, if they're there for a long time, or they'll get out and they'll walk around because they think it's an abandoned building. And I'm like, it's not abandoned. I live here. Please get out of my driveway. Anyway, that's exactly what Kosh does. He shows up, and he's like, oh, it's Sheridan. Oh, shit. Well, I'm just going to, and he like, you do not see me. He just like blends into the shadows.
Yeah.
And then he gets out and he like sings to his ship, makes the noise he normally makes, but doesn't translate it into speech.
Mm-hmm. Into human speech.
Right. And then his ship writes him a note. It sends him a text. It does not sing back. It's just like, fuck off. Like it writes it on the side. And somebody asked JMS if this was a reference to Anne McCaffrey. And I'm not going to lie. I never could make it through a Dragon Riders of Pern novel. Did you ever read any Dragon Riders of Pern?
I think I started one, but I never finished it.
Well, they must have had some musical based something because they were like, oh, he's referencing Anne McCaffrey. And he was like, no. Kosh sings. That's what his thing is.
That's what their language sounds like.
And he's talking his language with the ship. That comes out,
but then he translates that into human common, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Human common, exactly. Gallic.
Yeah, I was thinking of calling it Gallic.
So then we go to Sheridan's office because this is what Garibaldi has retrieved them to talk about. And it is that there is a guy here by the name of
Cranston.
Agent
Cranston.
I was like, Brian? I was like, no, not yet. Not yet. And he is here because there is a fugitive by the name of Dr. Everett Jacobs loose on Babylon 5. Oh no, another fugitive has made their way onto Babylon 5. What will we do? I feel like they should have a playbook for this.
Mm-hmm.
There is someone on Babylon 5 who is not supposed to be here, and we need to find him. This isn't even the first time there is someone on this ship that they need to find who emits a low level of radiation.
Mm-hmm.
This is not even the second time that they've had someone on the ship. This is, in fact, the third time that they've had some. This is their third rodeo for finding somebody that they could just scan for, which they never mention until later. They don't even mention it among themselves.
Yeah.
Until Cranston is like, how come nobody told me? You have a protocol in place for this. And they're like, what? You didn't ask.
It's like how all horror movies are set in the 80s.
Yeah.
So that no one has cell phones.
Right, because it's better that way.
Yeah. So they just ignore the whole internal sensors thing.
Right.
Because it would circumvent the tension.
Well, they don't mention it because they don't want him to know.
Right.
Because he does mention it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, we're here because Dr. Everett is here. And they're like, Jacobs, isn't he on the president's personal staff? And they're like, yeah, past tense. He's on the run, carrying a fake ID and enough stolen information to tear the whole Earth Alliance to pieces. They're like, he's coming here. And they're like, no, he's already here. Oh, why didn't we flag him getting on the ship?
Why didn't you send us a message while you were on the way?
I'd be like, be on the lookout. This guy's going to be there. Well, he's carrying a fake ID, so you'd have to know what he looked like. Except he's not carrying a fake ID because he tries to buy a fake ID.
Well, you have to scan your ID when you get on.
Right.
Maybe he just had his actual Everett Jacobs ID when he got on the station.
He's like, here you go.
But then it would be in the logs.
I don't know. It's fine. He's like, they want him alive if possible. Oh, he's not there yet. This is just Garibaldi, Ivanova, and Sheridan talking. And they did send a message. This is the message they sent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This is what Garibaldi wanted to talk about them. Earth Intelligence has posted a fugitive alert. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I got really excited and I skipped ahead.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about this because they're like, they want him alive if possible, dead if necessary. They authorized extreme sanctions against a civilian. And I just wrote, imagine that. Yeah, kill whoever you want to kill. It's fine. We can do that.
Yeah.
That's a thing that's within our power. And they literally go, my God, what does this guy know? And then Garibaldi pauses for an awkwardly long period of time. He's like, they didn't say. I'm not going to say. I'm sure Garibaldi was like A, B, C. Got it. Drew all the lines. Because he was like, personal physician, used to know everything there was to know about President Clark.
And it's Earth Alliance intelligence that's coming for him, not like regular law enforcement.
Right. Correct. Yeah. But I'm sure Garibaldi was like, oh, he knew that President Clark wasn't sick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because he has this really long pause. And then he just goes, they didn't say. Says they're sending somebody to coordinate the search. All I know is this, armed or otherwise, if he gives any resistance, our orders are to shoot to kill. And then we go to the intro.
And then Cranston's there.
We come back. And it's Agent Cranston. Now Agent Cranston is here. And he goes, what does Earth Special Intelligence want with Dr. Jacobs? And I want to be the lady that's just standing there. There's a lady who looks like Lita, but is not Lita, who's just standing there. I was like, Lita? Oh, no, that's not Lita. Because she doesn't have to do anything. She's in like several scenes and she's just like, man, I'm here in the background being staff. He goes, oh, I assumed you had been briefed. Ugh. He goes, oh, I know he was the president's personal physician. I just didn't know that gave him access to classified material.
I mean,
right now the president's health is not supposed to be classified. It's not supposed to be classified.
Yeah.
I mean, we do know that he is 6'7" and he weighs 210 pounds and he has 4% body fat. Did you see that?
And he can run a mile in 3 minutes.
Somebody put up like, well, this is bodybuilder so-and-so who's 6'7" and he weighs this much.
I think it's 6'3" or 6'4" is what they're saying.
Yeah, and he weighs like 250 pounds. He has 4% body fat. And so somebody put up a bodybuilder and they were like, this guy has 10% body fat. And he's like ripped, like super jacked. And they were like, and then here's our president. Okay, whatever, man. Anyway. So that's probably why they're like, that's not classified. Like, that's not access to classified information. How can he dip into highly secret information?
He misused his clearance.
Yeah, to get highly secret information and new technology we're developing. Certain black projects, covert ops, enough to send the entire government into chaos and ruin our agreements. What are you doing that would ruin your agreements with the League of Non-Aligned Worlds?
It's like in Star Trek.
Okay.
They have the whole treaty, I think with the Romulans, where they cannot develop cloaking technology. But there's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 episodes of Star Trek where it turns out, oh yeah,
we've secretly been developing cloaking technology.
Has been secretly developing cloaking technology, and the ship with the cloaking device got away.
Oh no! How does this keep happening?
I thought us developing cloaking technology was a violation of our treaty with the Romulans. It is.
Is it the Klingons? Because the Klingons are the ones who have cloaking technology.
The Klingons and the Romulans do.
Oh, okay.
But the Federation does not.
Okay.
Well, ostensibly.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's been so long since I've watched any appreciable amount of Star Trek, and the task of going back and rewatching all of it is so great that it is not going to happen anytime soon. But needless to say, what the fuck are you doing that if it got leaked, it could destroy all of your treaties?
Right.
Are you secretly experimenting on aliens from non-aligned worlds?
Uh-oh.
Interesting. Because that's the kind of information that a doctor would have access to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Says we cannot allow him to offload the information he's carrying. They're like, what's he doing here? And they're probably meeting a buyer or arranging travel outside Earth-controlled space. This is our last chance to catch him before he's out of our jurisdiction, which means Babylon 5 is like the outermost ring.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been discussed before.
Which, again, lends credence to our where were the Gropos coming from that they thought they were going to Io, but they ended up at Babylon 5.
I imagine there's Earth Alliance controlled space, like where Earth Alliance is the governmental authority.
Oh, and then there's presence.
There's like military
gotcha.
Activities happening farther out.
Yeah.
Because that's how you conquer more territory.
Right.
You have to send the military out beyond. You have to send the military out beyond your boundaries, outside of your normal governmental jurisdiction.
Is that how it works? I had no idea. He goes, okay, so we're going to put security at your disposal to coordinate the search. And he's like, excellent. I'll have my men plug into your Intellinets immediately. For what, though? I mean, I just guess so their communications work. Although the one time they flag somebody, they're like, should we tell them? And they're like, yeah, let's go. And then they leave to go back and physically tell somebody that they got a beep boop on their beep boop machine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, whatever.
They need the Wi-Fi password.
That's exactly what this means. He's like,
I think Intellinets is like your information database.
Yeah.
Like Garibaldi has the official intelligence database.
Yeah.
For the station, but then he has a secret database.
You know what I would love? A moment where we go to Garibaldi's quarters and he pulls back the whatever hook rug of Daffy Duck that he has on the wall, and it's a server.
There's a server rack behind there that's
like, this is where I keep my most favorite thing in the universe.
Compartmentalized information.
We're going to have to shift from Dr. Franklin here soon because Dr. Franklin keeps doing stuff that's not evil. So we're going to have to find a new target. But Sheridan's like, okay, sure, yeah, you can have the Wi-Fi password. Get this man the Wi-Fi password immediately. And then Cranston's like, okay, well, we're going to go level by level until we flush him out. So we're literally going to start at the one end and just go all the way down to the other side. And Sheridan's like, Commander, I want all outgoing ships checked before they leave, slow down jump clearance, tell them we have mechanical problems. And Ivanova's like, oh yeah, actually that's going to work. She goes, that they'll believe.
That was funny.
Sure, yeah, no, that's no problem.
Yeah, they'll totally believe that.
So yeah, of course.
Shit's always breaking over here.
And if you'll show Agent Cranston and his people to their quarters. Are there 25,000 of them?
I hope not.
How many are on the ship? That's how you do it. Show the people to the quarters. Don't tell me how many are on the ship. And he's like, thank you. Thank you so much for your cooperation. And then they leave, and then they immediately all look at each other, and they're like, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. He goes, he knows all the right things to say. That's what Garibaldi says. But nothing sounded really bogus as to raise red flags, but he's definitely not telling us anything. And Sheridan goes, his type never does.
He rolled high on his deception check. They rolled higher on their insight checks. But they also rolled well on their deception checks to not reveal to him that they knew he was up to shit.
Mm-hmm. That's why you have a bard as your captain, because they put a lot of points into charisma.
Yep.
He goes, but he is worried, that's for sure, which inclines me to go along with this until and unless we hear otherwise. So, like, there's something going on. So we'll cooperate until we figure out what is going on. He says, but if he's right, we can't just let Dr. Jacobs get off this station. Well, don't worry. If he's here, we'll find him. And I think I know exactly where to start asking some questions. And Garibaldi looks so thrilled. Like, oh, I know where I need
stoked.
to go. He's like, I got this. I got this. Just like in There's an Underground Telepath Network episode where he was like, oh, Ivanova knows exactly what's going on. And he goes to Ivanova and she's like, it ain't me, bro. I'm really sorry.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I get why you're here. I get why you would think it was me. It is
I'm
not
flattered.
Me. It is not me. I don't care about telepaths that much, actually. It's fine. But he goes straight to Dr. Franklin. And Dr. Franklin's like, what? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And Garibaldi's like, oh, so you don't know him? And he's like, yeah, I know him. Michael, would you ever consider climbing out of the barracks and looking at the world? And Garibaldi goes, I will when people stop shooting at me.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Then you do know.
No, Michael, you ever consider climbing out of the barracks sometime and looking around at the world, huh?
Yeah, I will when people stop shooting at me.
Look, Dr. Jacobs is a decent human being. He's a humanitarian. Studied under him for 2 years at Harvard, and a lot of us looked up to him as a role model. When I was having trouble with xenobiogenics, he was the only one who took the time out to help me. Might not even be here if it hadn't been for him. He's the best there is.
Stephen, the last time you vouched for a doctor friend of yours, we had 3 dead bodies, half the station was trashed, and a car and war machine was burning through decks and shooting at everything.
All right, fine. You don't want my advice? Don't ask for it.
And the best part of this is while he's talking to Dr. Franklin, they clearly just told Richard Biggs to look busy and then gave him a bunch of bottles of fluid. And so he has this test tube and he's adding shit to it. And at one point it starts to glow, which kudos for whoever threw that in there.
Yeah.
And then he walks over and he grabs something else and gets ready to put it in, which is fine. I get that we're supposed to assume he's doing an experiment, but he isn't measuring shit. He's not measuring anything. This is not reproducible, whatever it is that he's doing.
Maybe ChatGPT is measuring.
I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to bring that up right now because it's such a rabbit hole. And we've already had social commentary corner. We can't have it again. But he's like, I'll just pour a little dish. I want to know, is it a drink? Is it alcohol? Is he making
is he
himself
just
a
mixing
cocktail?
himself, or he's making a refreshment, a beverage?
This kind of reminds me of the time we let our daughter go to bed with a glow stick. And she was definitely old enough to go to bed with the glow stick. But she came in at like 1 o'clock in the morning. She was like, look.
My hands glow in the dark.
She stuck her fan in my face and the whole thing was glowing. And I was like, oh no. And I went back to her room and it looked like she'd murdered the glow stick. It was everywhere and it stank. And God, that was so... That's what it looks like he's doing. Like he's making a glow because it's kind of, I don't know, whatever. This is a thing that's happening. It's fine. It's a little ridiculous for someone who apparently went to Harvard. I studied under him at Harvard. A lot of us looked up to him as a role model. When I was having trouble with xenobiogenics, he was the only one to help me, which isn't that his area of expertise?
Yeah, but this was the beginning of his
Oh,
career.
okay. He needed to get over the initial hurdle into biogenetics, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's like, I might not even be here if it hadn't been for him. He's the best there is. And Garibaldi says.
So at this point, Harvard would have been like 600 years old.
It's a prestigious university. Okay. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for you to go, I've been to Harvard.
I've been to Harvard
I've
once.
been to Harvard. I bought a hoodie.
Actually, I didn't even buy the hoodie on the school grounds. we were like a few blocks away at the Harvard store.
I've looked at
one.
Harvard one time, just like I've
But
been
then
to.
we went and we walked around and took some pictures. So we tried to go in the library, but you have to have a student ID.
Oh, dang it. You should have
Darn it.
bluffed your way in. It's fine. I'm fine. I don't have it with me. Anyway, Garibaldi goes, the last time you vouched for a doctor, we had 3 dead bodies. The station was trashed, and in a car and war machine was shooting and everything.
Which, fair criticism.
Dr. Franklin's like, fine.
Again?
Time. What? Oh, you're going to keep bringing that up every time I want to have a friend over, Mom? So one time my buddy murdered the customs agent, snuck in organic technology, became a weird organic technology, a car and war machine drone thing, and then I saved everybody because I figured out how to make him remember. I mean, come on. Can we remember that part? No. Just like every time I get the question of, will you save this person regardless of their religious beliefs? We have to bring up the kid I killed. Can we just let it go? Dr. Franklin goes, fine. If you don't want my advice, don't ask for it. But I'm telling you, there's been a mistake. Dr. Jacobs that I knew would never sell out Earth. Maybe he's not the same Dr. Jacobs you knew anymore.
Or maybe Earth betrayed him first.
Yeah, nobody brings that up, even though Garibaldi should. Well, you know what? Garibaldi may be playing it close to the chest.
If he is an extremely principled person, Dr. Jacobs,
Yeah.
maybe Earth is up to some shenanigans.
And he was
And
like,
Jacobs was going to speak out, and now he's on the run because he was being a moral person
yeah,
in an immoral society.
definitely could be. And this is when we go to the doctor in question, Dr. Everett. And he is in Down Below, the Zocalo, a bazaar, a market of some description, the farmer's market. He's at the Babylon 5 farmer's market. And he walks up to this guy who's selling stuff. And this is really just him going, hey, I need a fake ID. And the guy going, it's going to be expensive. And him going, I will pay you literally anything you want. And the guy going, nope, you wanted it too much. Never mind. And walking away.
I wrote he's a savvy fence. he knows when shit's too deep.
He's like, too much. Nope, can't do it. Sorry, you wanted it too badly. And he's like, no, I'm sorry. I can dial it back. Oh, no, it's too expensive. I can't give you too much money. And the guy's like, too late. It's too late, man. Can't do it. And then we like pan over and there's just a guy standing in the door. It's the like, hunk guy. I'm a bad guy. It's fine. It's just so funny.
Max.
It's just later when he has the sunglasses on, I die. I love this so much. This is like
He's in a dark room wearing the darkest sunglasses.
This is like the perfect. This is what I love about 90s TV. There's no. This was fine. You weren't like, did he not look left and see that there's a guy standing there?
It sets the vibe right.
It's fine. And if you had this now, people would be like, that's so unrealistic. He didn't look to the side and see that there's a guy standing there. That's bullshit. I'm not watching the rest of the show.
We've had a couple scenes like this where something's happening and then the camera just pans over and there's somebody obviously watching them. And it's a visual narrative device.
It's fine. It's fucking fine. You have 45 fucking minutes, okay? You had to get this stuff in through shorthand, all right? And sometimes you just look left and there's the bad guy, okay? And it's fine. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Especially that we didn't try to hide that this was the bad guy in any way. He's just like I'm following this man around. It's so good. I love it so much. I just enjoy it so deeply. And then we see Sheridan and he's walking around. He sees Kosh going around a corner. Where was Kosh coming from? Was he on walkies? What does he do every day? Did his DVD order come in from Earth? And he was like, yes. And he just ran up and went and got it.
He doesn't subscribe to any streaming services.
And it just like, he sticks it in his chest and runs off. He's like, physical media is the only way to go. Then you know that it's unedited. And he just runs off with it. And then Sheridan sees him from his, maybe he was going to Blockbuster. He catches him on his way back from Blockbuster. And he follows him down the hallway and he's like, hey, afternoon, Ambassador Kosh. I just thought I'd make sure you knew, that there's a conference tomorrow to discuss the Narn refugee problem. He goes, oh, anyway.
The only nod to the ongoing conflict.
It's fine. You can't have it all the time. You can't have it all the time. It'd be exhausting. You can have it all the time when there's 10 episodes per season. You can't when there's like 20 plus. And he's like, so I found myself, near Bay 13 earlier. I got to look at your ship. It's like a really amazing piece of work. And Kosh is like, I know. I was watching you from the shadows.
I saw you pull into my driveway and I was watching you.
I knew you were there before you got up this morning. And he's like, made me realize just how much we still don't know about you, your culture, your people. And I was thinking like, maybe we should spend some time together soon, build some bridges, work towards a greater understanding of one another. And Kosh goes, why though? Why? You tell me is what Sheridan says. You came here. You literally popped into my dream when I was on that alien ship. And it felt like, I don't know, it felt kind of important because then you showed up later and you were like, I was in your dream. And then you ran off. So like, I don't know. I feel like you called to me. And Kosh goes, I sought understanding. I listened to the song. Your thoughts became a song.
It felt like, I don't know, like you called to me. I sought understanding. I listened to the song. Your thoughts became the song.
Has this ever happened before?
Once.
Okay. I want to take a moment and ponder what Kosh might mean by this. Is he referring to, like, because they're energy beings and everything in the universe is comprised of energy, effectively, at its most base level, right?
Even matter is energy.
So is Kosh able to literally tap into, like, the song of the universe? And so when he says he sought understanding, is he literally listening to what is happening in the universe? And the most important thing at the time was what was happening to Sheridan. And so his thoughts became the song. And then he popped out wherever Sheridan was and was like, you've always been here. That's crazy. And to Sheridan, it felt random, but to Kosh, it was like, okay, I've been led here. This is the next step.
Right now, your melody is now like contributing to the song of the universe.
Yeah, like are you literally what's important right now? Because you're the thing that I heard most. Because it's a really interesting phrase. It was debated a lot on the forum, apparently. It's not just what JMS says. It's also like contemporary questions that people were asking. And a lot of it was about like, what does Kosh mean? And nobody made any decisions because, of course, we don't know enough yet. But I think it's an interesting way to frame, like, I was just trying to figure out what was my next step and you came to mind. So I visited you. Because when you came to mind, your mind became the song. You became the song. And that's what I was listening to.
And we connected.
And he goes, has this ever happened before? And Kosh goes, yeah, once. Yeah, once. He doesn't say anything else. He just keeps walking. And then we come back and it's Cranston and security, and they're just breaking down how they're going to search. They're like, we're going to do 10-hour searches, 10 hours on, 10 hours off. are the days only 20 hours long?
No, but there's...
Is there a certain amount of drift? 2-hour drift every day?
I remember when I was trying to get into the nuclear sub program.
Yeah.
There was discussion of like the rotations, and one of the rotations didn't actually line up with like a 24-hour cycle.
Yeah.
But I think it was less than 8 hours because you can't actually like
pay attention
be vigilant for that long.
Well, you think they break it up into 4 chunks.
You ended up with this window, this sliding window of each day, like your shift would be at a different section of the day.
Yeah.
And I think part of it was so that you wouldn't get used to the routine.
Okay, so you couldn't turn off.
Right.
Okay. I mean,
but 10 hours feels like way too long.
It's so long.
Like 5 hours would be good so that it's short enough you can stay vigilant for that amount of time, but it doesn't exactly line up. So then over a long period of time, you're not getting used to a routine of I wake up at this hour and then like 3 hours later I go on shift, and then you adjust to the routine and things become automatic. But if it's this sliding window that's your body can't predict when you're going to be on schedule. Anyway.
Yeah, they decide they're just going to like
long.
Clear the sectors and then put guards behind them so he can't double back and go behind them. So they're just going to like sweep from one end to the other.
Yep.
And Zach is like, hey, I hate to mention it, but like this place is 5 fucking miles long. It's going to take us like for fucking ever to do this.
Yes.
To individually search each person all the way from the ass end to the front end. So just like FYI, I think your plan's a little cray-cray.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, lucky for us, all high-ranking Earth Dome personnel are injected with a coded identification crystal as a precaution against kidnapping. Remember when Sinclair made Jakar think that he had been bugged?
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to put this thing in here that allows us to track you no matter where you go for your protection.
And you won't be able to detect it, but we will.
Yeah. It's for your protection. It emits a very low-level signal, strictly short range. How is that supposed to help against kidnapping?
I don't know.
Okay. You're like, I'm not the engineer who designed this.
That seems contradictory.
It seems like that way we can identify the body. That's what that feels like.
Yeah, identify the body, but also if it's a measure against kidnapping, it'd be like, if you are kidnapped, we can
find you.
We can do this. So either the person that got kidnapped would have a way to activate it, and it would be strong enough to be detectable. But then, like, what if the person got knocked unconscious? So maybe they can send out a strong signal to activate it, and then otherwise it's dormant.
Except they don't do that.
They don't do I'm thinking, how would I actually design the thing? But anyway.
They're like, we're going to put scanners at all the docking bays. He's locked in. Literally, they say it's for kidnapping, but this feels like the only reason you would have it.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at. They're like, oh, this is for
more
your
like
protection.
Defecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, it's just to keep you from running away if we don't want you to run away.
Mm-hmm.
All we need to do is close the noose, is what he says. And they're like, here, and they hand out the scanners with no training. They're like,
and later Zach is using it, and he seems very confused about what the thing's doing.
Exactly.
And I'm like, it looks like they didn't train Babylon 5 security on how to use these scanners. So he's going to be like, I don't fucking know what that means.
They just handed Trey like, you know how to use these, right? Yep. I can figure it out. And then we cut to Garibaldi and Sheridan, and they're walking together to get like a little bit of an update. And they're like, any problems yet? And he's like, nah. I mean, these people are as subtle as a brick through a glass window, but they know their stuff. I'd hate to be on the wrong side with this bunch against me. And then Sheridan looks up, and there's like a red ribbon tied on the wall, and he's like, my favorite part is it takes him a minute to know what it's for. He's like, he like looks off to the side with this really confused expression. He's like, yeah, well, keep on top of them. Just for once, I'd like to make it through the crisis with a minimum of grief. And Garibaldi's like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, oh my God, yes, of course. There's something I remembered I have to do. He's like, red ribbon, red ribbon, red ribbon. I wonder if there's a color code.
Yeah, like, oh, I saw a ribbon tied there, but it's Tuesday. So the color for Tuesday.
He's got to go through the whole translation thing in his head. He's like, keep me posted on what Cranston and his people are up to. I'll check in with you later. And then he goes into this room and he just boop, boop, like flashes his flashlight and this lady pops out. And she actually walks out and she sets 2 things on the side of this box. Mm-hmm. And one is a jammer.
Right.
And the other one is a flashlight. And they actually cut it out, but she flashes back at him.
Oh, okay.
And then they forgot to cut out her dropping the flashlight. So that's like a bit of a...
I heard the of the jammer activating.
Yeah. That's how you know. You can't listen into that room now. But I thought that was, contemporary continuity here. Ha 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 yay. There's one. I don't get to point many out in this. It's like being in the desert. I finally get something to chew on. And he's like, she says, I have a message. You're in great danger, Captain. And he's like, okay, what is it, like Tuesday? Like, I'm always in great danger. She goes, we know what you've been told, but Dr. Jacobs is not a traitor. No fucking shit. Obviously. He goes, then why is half the intelligence community out looking for him? And she says, Earth Special Intelligence is under President Clark's direct control.
Like his own personal army.
And Jacob represents a threat, and he's using whatever resources he has to stop it. And it makes me wonder, was it always under his direct control, or did he erode the checks and balances that used to be in place to protect us from a singularly minded, totally batshit individual driven to create their own kingdom out of what used to be a democracy?
Very possible.
I was just wondering. I mean, we know we have a Senate, so we know that the Earth government used to be a democracy before President Clark took it over because of the evil shadow government represented by the Psychor.
Right.
Which is what we're talking about.
Including Earthforce?
Yeah. What's the situation? She goes, well, before President Santiago was killed aboard Earthforce 1, Clark got off the ship, which we know, claiming he was sick. And then 24 hours later, Earthforce 1 is destroyed in an accident. And Clark assumes the presidency. And Sheridan's like, yeah, it's a pretty damn convenient illness, which we all have been saying this whole time. And then she mentions, as Clark's personal physician, Jacobs knew it wasn't true. So he could have testified that and proven that Clark knew that was going to happen, or at least shed reasonable doubt on Clark's role in Santiago's death. But they couldn't allow that, and they also couldn't kill him right away because it would look suspicious, so they watched him for a while, and then when they figured enough time had passed, it was time for the good doctor to have an accident. So, they waited long enough, and now they're trying to just shuffle off his mortal coil so he can't come back and testify anything about how...
Right, and undermine Clark's reason for getting off Earthforce 1, which he would have to explain the real reason.
Right. And they're like...
Or come up with a better alibi. Yeah.
And they're like, we heard about it, and we helped him escape. And I wrote in my notes that the only thing here that JMS didn't accurately predict, the only thing he did was overestimate how subtle they really needed to be.
Yeah.
Because I feel like could have just shot him after President Clark.
Right.
And then been like, I didn't shot him. And everyone had been like, oh, you're right. No, he didn't shoot him. Thank you, cult of personality man. All right, so it's not much of an escape. He's trapped here, is what Sheridan says. He's like, oh, you tried to get him, you tried to help him escape? Well, good job. Good fucking job, because he's stuck here now. And she's like, that wasn't the plan. That wasn't my plan, God. He was supposed to rendezvous with his contact on Io, and that meeting didn't go off. So he just jumped on the first transport he could find and came here, because we all know the transport from Io all goes to Babylon 5. And everything from Babylon 5 goes to Io.
Well,
there is only Io.
Io is the jump point in the Sol system.
I know.
So that makes sense.
It's just funny. Here we are. Back in the Io again. I think I told you guys, stop talking about Io. He's like, well, Cranston and his boys have my entire security force out looking for Jacobs. So what do you want me to do? I can't take them off of it. He's going to be like,
right?
Where did they all go? And I'm
going to be
like,
send me a message.
Right.
A coded message. Meanings within meanings.
Plans within plans. I don't know. Like, throw me a fucking bone here. And she's like, I don't have easy answers for you. You just have to do it. Just fucking do it. And he's like, what do you mean? She goes, his testimony alone isn't enough to bring up charges, but it's a start. So we need to like accumulate as much evidence as we can before we can go public with this, which means you need to keep him safe. You need to find him before they do. And Sheridan's like, again, I return to the point of how the fuck would you like me to do that? She's like, I don't know. Just find him, get him to dictate a sworn statement, and then get him off the station alive. And he goes, you want mayo with that? You want mayo with that? Yeah, simply get him off the station. And he's like, what? What? I can't do that. She goes, I know. Oh, Sheridan says, I know. I just don't like the odds. That's all. Because she's like, Captain, you agreed to this. You knew this was going to happen. You knew you were going to have to do hard things. And he's like, okay, but you could have made my life like just
right.
the tiniest bit easier.
I expected you to be more competent.
Yeah. If we'd heard about this sooner, we could have handled it quietly. No, I thought I was going to be working with people who knew how to do their jobs. I didn't realize I was going to be doing your job too. Because he's like, now the whole station's involved. I'm going to have to circumvent my own people. And she's like, I don't really care because like
skill issue.
If the other guys get him, they're going to disappear him. And then they'll do the same to anyone that he talks to. So whatever you're going to do, I suggest you do it quickly. And he's like, you're not answering are you listening to the words coming out of my mouth? Because I'm telling you, you have put me in an impossible situation. And she's like, okay, well, anyway, have a really great day. I love how this whole conversation was about how they're trying to use you, Sheridan. They're using you to try to get to Jacobs. You can't let them use you. We're already using you. It's not fair to let them use you. You're spoken for. We already called you. Like, we already called you for being on our team. And then she just disappears. And he's left to try to figure out how to do this all on his own.
Mm-hmm.
So then he calls Sheridan to Garibaldi. So he calls Garibaldi over. And he's like, meet me in my quarters in 10 minutes. You're going to love this. And then we go to Dr. Franklin. And it is Dr. Franklin.
And this is mostly just Dr. Franklin getting interrupted.
Yeah, it's his little group of people. And the poor Pak Marat is laying there like, I'm dying. And he's like, okay, so if you look at their eyes, they have the usual number of rods and cones with the addition of small cells designed to see into the ultraviolet frequency. So, like, if you have to operate in this area, now I'm not saying we have to because his problem is actually like his foot. But since we're looking at his eye, you should definitely, and they keeps getting interrupted by the people like scanning them while they're talking.
Looking for Jacobs.
And finally, he's like, you know what? Actually, excuse me. Can you guys just set up scanners to move into the optic cavity so we can proceed? And the poor Pak Marat is like, yes, please proceed. Because he's literally laying there like, I'm going to die.
This is really uncomfortable.
I'm bleeding out my brain. Like my brain's coming out my eyeball. And they're like, oh, look at how many rods and cones he has. This is really cool. It's not very often we get a Pak Marat to just lay there for us. And he's just like, eh. And then he looks at one of the people with the scanners and, oh, no. He gets a phone call. Call. So he runs over to his little station. And he goes, yes. And it's Garibaldi. And he goes, hey, Doc, just wanted to say happy birthday. That's all. He goes, what do you mean? It's not my birthday. And Garibaldi just goes, catch you later. It's the most sus bullshit he could have ever done. He could have just asked him a question. He could have been like, hey, what were you mixing earlier? Anything but, I just wanted to say happy birthday. It's not my fucking birthday. Okay, bye. And he just leaves. And he goes, what the hell is, And then the guy walks up to scan him and he goes, "Do you mind?" And then they're like, "All right, fine, let's go. We've scanned everyone in here. It's not him." And then he goes, "Computer, play Blacklist messaging."
Frame by frame. He didn't even have to say, look for abnormalities. He could have just said, play it back frame by frame.
I know, because it's going
One frame. Hand-drawn speech bubbles.
Fucking speech bubbles. I fucking died. This is so good. First of all, how? How did he insert speech bubbles into one single frame of a live message that he sent? Did he hold
Baldy's that good.
He's that good. He just had it on cue and he's like, "Poof," and then just turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Come to my quarters. We're having a good time." Like, it's just, and it's 2 speech bubbles because he couldn't fit.
I've worked with some video transcoding stuff.
Oh my God. My stomach hurts.
It wouldn't be that hard.
I mean, I know. I could freeze a frame and draw it in there. It's just live action, like live.
Right,
making
you would
a
just
phone
have
call.
a program that you're feeding your video stream through, and you would tell it, pick one, like when I press this button, pick that one video frame and add these speech bubbles. Like you'd have to draw that separately and say,
What did he
insert
draw
this
it on?
in.
Did he draw it on clear film and take the picture, or did he draw it on his little camera, or did he have a separate? Is this a thing he does often? Does he have a program where he could do this as like subliminal messaging every time he's live chatting with anybody?
It's like having a filter or whatever on a video chat where like it puts a.
I get it, but
puts
how
a cat
often does he
face on
do
it.
this? Is what I'm saying. How often is he including little speech bubbles that are like,
He
"Fuck
may
you."
not be using it every day,
Mm.
but
Any
he has
day.
the tools ready to
Any
use
day.
it any day.
Exactly. But I just love, and it's 2 speech bubbles because he couldn't fit everything that he needed to say in one speech bubble. This is so good. It's so fucking
And
stupid.
maybe he did it as a hand drawing
Yeah.
so that it would be less searchable if you're just searching for text
Because
in
it's
files.
just an image.
Because it's an image, it's not
Can't search for
stored
text and images.
as text.
Yeah.
Well, it's harder.
They can't search for text and images. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. I see that look. And then we go to Dr. Everett. Poor Dr. Everett. The most important part of the scene, honestly, is that Babylon 5 has roaches.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't just have
they're
ants,
everywhere.
they also have roaches.
Mhm.
So that's our greatest export, honestly, to the rest of the world. It's just invasive insects.
Have Earth roaches spread to other planets?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That would be a good form of like really slow biological warfare. You drop mosquitoes and roaches.
Yep.
The fuck is this shit? I mean, roaches would live anywhere you dropped them. It'd be fine. Yeah. And then you just come back later and everybody's dead of like roach-borne diseases. It might take 100 years, but you could do it.
Yeah.
Especially if they had no natural predators, which they might have a natural predator because something could really like roaches. But then you would create like the thing where we dropped mice. Oh, no, we took cats to Vietnam.
I know we put rabbits in Australia.
No, we did a thing where we like we had cats in Vietnam. I can't remember. And then we ended up dropping poison mice to try to lower the cat population. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
A whole thing. So anyway, it wouldn't be the first time we had to solve a problem of our own making.
Yeah.
But he's basically like, I can't sleep. If I sleep, they're going to find me. And he has like a recording that he's talking to Mary.
He's assembling this thing. And at first I thought, oh, is he going to try to remove the like tracking crystal
don't
from
know.
himself?
He doesn't even seem to realize that that's a thing because they mention it and he's like, oh shit. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but he may know how short the range is. And he just knows he needs to stay like 20 feet away.
Right.
It's like Bluetooth range.
At one point, he goes behind the metal cage, like a Faraday cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's putting together a recording device.
And a stim thing. So he shoots himself with
that's what
stims.
he's assembling. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a stim injector.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm running out of stims. I got to stay awake. I'm so fucking tired. But if I fall asleep, they're going to find me. And then right on cue, they start walking down the hallway and they're like pushing people's heads up and shining lights in their faces.
How rude.
This is when you're like, Babylon 5, are you supposed to be dystopian? Because do you feel a little dystopian sometimes, where they're like, security guards completely have the right to just shove these people around. They could just scan them. It is not required to look in their faces. If they have the crystal, it is the doctor. If they do not have the crystal, they are not the doctor. It is not necessary.
Right, you could move a lot more quickly.
Face. If you just
went, by pointing
boop,
the scanner
boop,
at each person.
Boop. Yeah, like inventory scanning. Literally just walking along and tapping it. You could move a lot faster. But instead, the one guy has like a mag light and he's literally shining it in everyone's faces. And this gives the doctor time to go and get behind a metal cage.
Yeah.
Which I think is supposed to be like an elevator, but also it disrupts the signal. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Unless it's not supposed to be that's what's disrupting the signal, because there's a lot of metal in Babylon 5.
Yeah, signal
but that's
gets
why they need
around.
to be close. I don't know. It's fine. Don't ask. Don't look too closely. Just pay attention.
So I'm wondering, is Mary his wife?
Or daughter?
Or daughter, yeah.
Or lover.
We don't know. We don't know who Mary is.
We don't know who Mary is. We don't ever know.
And then Zach gets confused about a blip on the device.
I know. Zach's like, what is, I
thought I had something.
And then they're like, do you think we should report it? And they're like, yeah, let's go. So then they walk back to go report it.
They have communicators.
No, they have to report it in person. It's fine. It's fine. And then we go to Dr. Franklin and Garibaldi. And this is when Dr. Franklin's like, maybe now you're going to admit that you were wrong about Jacobs. And Garibaldi's like, I didn't say I believe them. He goes, you didn't say you believed me. And he goes, I don't believe anybody. Dr. Franklin goes, what a wonderful world you live in. And Garibaldi says, the rent is cheap, the pay is decent, and I get to make my own hours.
Well, maybe now you'll admit that you were wrong about Jacobs.
I didn't say I believe them.
Yeah, but you didn't say you believe me either.
I don't believe anybody.
What a wonderful world you live in.
Yeah, well, the rent is cheap, the pay is decent, and I get to make my own hours. Now, are you going to help me? We'll spend the next 2 days analyzing my lifestyle.
All right.
Are you going to help me, or are you going to spend 2 days analyzing my lifestyle? Because, all right, go ahead. My people reported
and they're in Garibaldi's room.
Yes. Oh, yes, because you can tell because Daffy Duck is on the wall.
Yeah.
And he goes, my people reported a blip on their scanners an hour ago in Brown 2. Like, maybe it's Jacobs. Who the fuck else could it be? Who else is here? Is there another person who used to work in Earth Dome now living in Down Below? Who else could it be?
Maybe it's like RFID tags and they're just all over the place.
Yeah.
But you have to wait for the right one. And so sometimes you get a strong response, but it's like somebody's cat or something that they had chipped.
Well, I think it's supposed to be Garibaldi doesn't believe anything. Although the last episode when the Centauri guy got killed, they were like, I don't know, the killer had 5 fingers, and he was like, oh, it's a fucking Narn. I'm off. I'm gonna go tell Londo right now. But this episode, he's like, I don't know. I don't know if the very specific limited edition tracking crystal fluid that was injected into the doctor is what tripped it off or not. Mm-hmm. Even though the scanners are only designed to read the limited edition crystal tracking fluid that was injected into the doctor. Who knows? It's a mystery. He goes, we can't bring my people in on this, and I don't want to put them in any jeopardy. So we are going to have to go after him ourselves, unofficially. And Dr. Franklin's like, well, that means you're going to go up against your own security force. And he's like, it won't be easy. I trained them myself. And I said, just pretend you're a gun. You'll be good to go. Or a knife, even better. He goes, I do have one advantage that they don't. I got you, and you know Jacobs. And if anybody can help me find him, it's you. And Dr. Franklin's like, aren't you going to be recognized? And he's like, first off, I don't go into Down Below a lot. I delegate. And when I do, they don't see me. They see the badge. Plus, I have an excellent disguise. And then he puts on a fucking fedora. I can't even make this shit up. This is exactly what he does. He takes out a fedora and he goes, ploop, and drops it on his own head. And he's wearing like a coat. So he goes full noir detective.
Yeah.
And I had a Jackie Daytona moment. I am Jackie Daytona, regular human bartender. When he goes and pulls out his disguise and it's just a pair of jeans and a toothpick. And then no one knows who he is. until he takes the toothpick out of his mouth. And they're like, Laszlo. That's how I feel.
Cravensworth.
I am Garibaldi, regular human man. I am not a security official in any way, shape, or form. Can't you tell? I'm wearing a hat. And Dr. Franklin goes, why is my life suddenly passing in front of my eyes? It's so good. And the best part is I'm not even sure if this is supposed to be comedy. And yet it is. It's so perfect.
We'll call this personality Mackie Daytona.
No, he's got to be Gary. Gary Baldy. Like Gary Baldy. Regular human man. Definitely not a detective. And then we go to Dr. Everett because he's sneaking about and he runs into Max, the guy from earlier, who's like, you got some nice clothes. That's a nice shirt you're wearing. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you get out of my way? And he's like, so what is it, man? Are you into dust? Are you into guns? You buying? You selling? You running away? That it? Somebody chasing you?
I can see why some people would think there's potential for this guy to be a recurring character because he's not a stupid criminal.
No.
Like he's open to the possibilities of what opportunities could come from this guy.
Yeah.
Who obviously doesn't fit in here.
Plus he's a face, like he's a well-known face.
Yeah.
You would know him from things.
Right.
The person they should have brought back is still the guy from the Banya Kauta episode where Garibaldi was importing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not this guy.
Yeah, the smuggler guy.
The smuggler guy. I want him back.
Yeah.
And he goes, so what you doing? He goes, I don't want any trouble. I'll pay you whatever you want. And he goes, oh, yeah, you will. And he pulls out a knife. Of course he pulls out a knife. And he goes, I don't have anything of value. Because then they're rifling through his bag.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts to play the thing. And it's like, Mary, I don't know if you're going to get this, but I want. And he's like, whatever. This is lame. He goes, that's personal. He's like, it's a recorder. I can get a few bucks for it. And then he finds a fake pocket in the bag.
Oh.
And he goes, you've been holding out on me. And this always reminds me of the original Running Man.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we have a moment where somebody finds one of these tiny little data crystals. In the original Running Man, remember he's on the run with that lady?
Yeah.
And then they end up hooking up with the Resistance.
Yep.
During the Running Man episode. And she gives them a data crystal. And he's like, where was that? You don't have any pockets, because she's in like a skin tight bodysuit.
Yeah.
And she just goes, but I'm a woman. She had it in her vag. That's what she's implying.
Right.
It's like, I stuck it up there. Could he not have sewn it into himself? This is a very critical piece of information.
Right. And he's a doctor. He could have made an incision like in a non-crucial area.
Yeah.
And then just sealed it up with super glue or something.
Or you make a copy.
Yeah.
And you put the copy in, like, I don't know. There's not a lot of places in your body that you can just be like, yoink, and stick a thing.
Right.
But still, at least have more than one. Stash one somewhere. Mail one off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Whatever. He's like, what's on here? Accounts, account numbers, files. Purple files? What could it be? No, it's nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing there. And he's like, everything interests me. And then they find his watch. It's basically just this guy finding stuff that he's going to sell. And the Dr. Everett going like, no, don't do that. And that's that whole scene. And then we come back and it is Sheridan and Cranston talking about how they've made their way through Blue Sector, part of Brown Sector. Then he's got to be in this area you call down below unless we miss something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, no, you wouldn't have missed anything. You know, your security forces are very efficient. And Sheridan's like, oh, right, good. You know, the sooner we get him out of here and into an interrogation room, like the happier I'll be about this whole thing. You're right. He's got to be in down below. And Ivanova keeps going, you don't know that. Like, you don't know that he's in down below. Because she keeps trying to shit down.
Is Ivanova not looped in on
She is, but she hasn't been brought in on this particular conspiracy.
That's what I mean.
Not that we know of. Although she's there at the end when they bring the doctor out of Kosh's ship.
Maybe he hasn't told her, hey, I need to get Jacobs because of wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He may not have told her that yet. He may not have had her alone.
I think she's just doing her best to maintain like plausible deniability. Like we don't know that he's in Down Below.
Yeah.
We can't know that he's there. Like he could be there. We don't even really know if he's on Babylon 5. So like we don't know. And this is when Sheridan goes, "Oh, come on. Next time you'll be saying he's in downtown." Which is it's a good believable. I came up with it on the fly.
Yeah.
Like I rolled a charisma check. It was maybe on the low end. So I just sort of threw a name out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cranston's like, I don't see anything called downtown. And they go, oh, it's the unofficial name for this area here. And he goes to point and the screen changes to something else and then changes back.
Flickering back and forth between two images, but it looks like right when he touches it, it changes.
Yeah.
Like it's a touch screen or something.
And then it changes back.
But I don't think it is.
No, I think it's
it keeps
a mistake.
Flickering afterward.
Yeah. And he goes, it's between the hall and the water reclamation system. It's the most unpleasant part of the station, not counting the methane bathrooms. It's full of heavy machinery, lead walls. You know, it's just like not a great place. And he's like, oh my God, lead? There's lead down there? That's the kind of thing that he'd use to block the scanners. This guy is so easily duped. He is the Earthforce intelligence guy. And he's like, oh yeah.
Well,
yeah, it could be there.
He's the yes man who the president can say, go do this thing outside of like normal operational controls.
Yeah.
And the guy's just a lackey. And so he's not, when you have an authoritarian,
sometimes you
the people
choose loyalty over competence.
He's loyal to Clark, but he's not necessarily the best at his job.
I think that's pretty obvious because he's like, yeah, downtown. You're right. We need to do we need to go downtown. Making my way downtown, in fact. And he's like, he calls and he goes, okay, take the search team out of Down Below for now. Check levels 50 and 51 between the blue and the gray sectors. And we'll just post guards at all the entrances and exits to Down Below. Good thinking, Sheridan. And then he leaves. And Ivanova goes, downtown? And Sheridan goes, sound like a good idea at the time. Like, I don't know.
It got him out of the room, right?
She goes, those levels have been sealed, like welded shut since the station went online 3 years ago. Do you know how many pressure doors they're going to have to burn through?
Downtown?
Seemed like a good name.
Those levels have been sealed, welded shut since the station went online 3 years ago. Do you know how many pressure doors they're going to have to burn through in order to check the whole area out?
47, not counting the two big ones on either side of
the waste recycling plant.
Yeah.
Mr. Cranston and his associates are going to be quite ripe by the time they return from downtown.
Are they going to have to reseal those later?
Oh, yeah, but...
How come we don't seal any other areas to keep people out of them? I guess they're not real critical.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, 47, in fact, not counting the two big ones on either side of the waste recycling plant. Oh, Mr. Cranston and his associates will be ripe when they return from downtown. And he goes, well, with luck, it'll buy Garibaldi 5 or 6 hours. Let's hope it's enough. And this is when an aide walks in and he's like, Sheridan, what is it? And he's like, oh, Captain, one of the ambassadors is asking to see you. And he's like, can it not wait until morning? And they're like, I don't know, sir. You tell me. It's Ambassador Kosh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and then Ivanova's like, Captain, since I've been here, Kosh has never asked to speak to anybody.
I feel like Kosh asked to speak to Sinclair one time.
I think he asked to speak to somebody else. Like, I don't know. I was with you. I was like, hasn't he? I think people have gone to talk to him. Delenn went to talk to him and was like, I need to make sure this is all worth it.
Kosh had the meeting with the vicar.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. If you know, this is an excellent opportunity to put it in the YouTube comments. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to put that out there. And he's like, oh, shit. Yeah, no, I got to go. I'm going there right now. Tell him I'll be there as soon as I can. And then we go back to Noir Garibaldi. I feel like Noir Garibaldi needs a
Baldy.
Needs a Gary Baldy. Needs a bad Chicago accent that I am totally not capable of making. He's like, find anything? No, he thinks he saw someone matching Jacob's description, but he's not sure. That was actually Dr. Franklin, who does not have a bad Chicago accent when he's Steve Frankie, undercover doctor. He goes, my people have been all over this section, so they're skittish. They don't want to answer too many questions. It's funny how all the guards disappeared so fast. Do you think that was Sheridan? And they're like, hell yeah, it was Sheridan. Of course it was. He goes, I don't know, but if anybody could have distracted him, it's him. So he sits down, and Dr. Franklin's like, hang on, you can't sit down. We're busy. He sat down on those steps, and I'm wondering, is this the corridor of conflict? I think this is the corridor of conflict. I think those stairs look. I don't think we've been in it in a while, but they're at least from the corridor of conflict.
Right.
And then he pulls out Nutri-Grain bars. Those are some fucking Nutri-Grain bars. They're even in the wrapper. In fact, they discussed this on the forum. They were like, is this a product placement? These are so obviously Nutri-Grain bars that it feels like a product placement. And they decided it was not because they don't eat them in the wrapper. They remove them completely from the wrapper before eating them. Because if it was product placement, you'd do the 2-finger hold so you can see the name.
Yeah.
That would be hysterical. Oh, I want the K-drama version of Babylon 5 where they're sponsored by Samsung and Subway and some expensive watch company and Baskin Robbins. And they're trying to work it in at all times. Every time you go to talk to Sheridan, he's eating a Subway sandwich. I want this on a visceral level. Oh my God. Because you could have the scene where Londo trips and Jakar catches him.
With the slow motion
spin around. Londo goes to fall.
Light flares.
Yes. We see him trip 5 times and just start to fall. And then Jakar reaches out and then grab him. And then pull him close, and you get that moment where they're really close, and you're like, now kid. Oh my God. I need the fan edit. Can someone make the fan edit, please? Oh my God, that'd be so good.
So then Garibaldi and Franklin.
Do not bring me back from where I was. I was in a good place. I was in a good place. Why are you making me come back? Because, yes, he leans and he's like, so you and Jacobs, you go back a ways. And he's like, yeah, from before the big war. He was the best teacher I can do. This is Dr. Franklin, too. I can't even do the stupid accent because Dr. Franklin's not participating in the noir moment that is happening here. He's like, yeah, he was the best teacher on campus. He's been everywhere. He used to spend all day.
Maybe this was Franklin's inspiration to just go off.
Yeah, because he said he used to spend all day between classes talking about all the things he'd seen. Kind of sounds like Socrates to me, honestly. Sit around, children. I'm going to tell you many stories.
Yeah.
And he goes, Earth had just beaten the Dilgar. We were setting up outposts all over the place, looking to the future with that reckless enthusiasm you have when you're 22 with your whole life ahead of you. And this is when Garibaldi's like, oh, yeah, I remember. Back then it was like some long summer night.
Back then it was like some long summer night. Crazy, innocent, optimistic as hell. But I don't know. Somewhere along the line, we lost something somewhere.
I think we lost interest in the future when all the things we were told were coming finally got here. Wasn't what we thought it was going to be.
Crazy, innocent, optimistic as hell. This reminds me of that Twitter dump or that Tumblr dump that circles every once in a while where it's like, she rolled her eyes at me. I picked him up and rolled him right back.
Oh, yeah. A leggy blonde walked in, had too many legs.
She had at least 7 legs. Yeah, that one. This is crazy, innocent, optimistic as hell. I put, oh, you mean like 2012? Like in 2012 when we were all like, we can do this. We just beat 2000. We made it through 2008.
At 22, Garibaldi had been through his battle-hardened 19-year-old phase.
He's like, what are you talking about? The reckless enthusiasm when you're 22. My friend had just gotten blown up and I'd gotten blamed for it and I'd gotten kicked off of the ice mines of Europa. I'd just been exiled.
Garibaldi's reckless enthusiasm was when he was like 16.
No, it was when he was like 10. And then I learned the world is a really hard place.
He's been jaded since he was 12 at least.
At least. That's when he started his career anyway. He goes, I don't know, somewhere along the line, we just lost something somewhere. We lost interest in the future when all the things we were told were coming got here. Wasn't what we thought it was going to be. It's like when you keep bugging your folks for that one special toy for Christmas.
Well, this one's Franklin.
No, I'm on a roll. Don't stop me. When you finally get it, it's not as good as the vids made it look. It just doesn't run right. And you're so disappointed. You shove it in the closet and you never take it out again. Maybe somebody should have labeled the future "Some Assembly Required."
And then we switched to the
God.
pawnbroker.
This is such a hurt moment, too, because it's like, when the future got here and it just wasn't as good as you were hoping it was going to be. And I was like, God damn it, not right now.
Come on, James.
Not right now. I'm trying to be in my happy place and you're taking me from my happy place. Let me live here for a minute, okay? I want noir detective Garibaldi to be the worst thing that happens to me today, okay? That's what I want from my life. So, I'm reclaiming my happy place after we're through with that part of this episode because that hurt. And we go to shady guy doing the sales, which I don't think I included him in the beginning because I cut out doing the just featured because a lot of times we see them and you don't even know who they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing just guest starring because they're the ones that have roles in the plot. And I don't think this guy showed up as a guest star. I think he's a featured because I don't think we talked about what this guy had been in. And I feel remiss now because he's in it a lot and he definitely affects the plot because he's selling the guy's watch. He's selling Dr. Everett's watch, which is the biggest MacGuffin of the episode. He's like, I'm talking 19th, 20th century. It's something. And they're like, well, what are you doing? And so he walks over and grabs the watch. Dr. Franklin grabs the watch. And the guy's like, if you want to buy it, you got to make me an offer. And he's like, no, I'm asking you who sold it to you. And he's like, some fucking guy. I don't know. What do I look like? A camera? And Garibaldi gets to go so hard.
He does a good job of being the tough guy.
This is just underneath the surface at all times.
This
detective.
This is
Garibaldi.
the real Garibaldi.
Yes,
he's normally wearing the mask.
Somebody takes away his hat, and he's like, "Give me back my face." He's like, what you're going to be is a smear on the deck if you don't answer. And he's like, I don't want any trouble here. I just buy merchandise. I don't ask where it comes from. And he just goes, station rat like you always knows who he's doing business with. I want a name.
Station rat like you always knows who he's doing business with. No, I want a name, and you're going to give it to me. I don't give out names. It's bad for business. Yeah, well, so's having their eyeballs spooned out and served on toast. Now make up your mind and make it up fast because it is getting awfully close to my breakfast time.
I don't give out names. It's bad for business. He goes, so is having your eyeballs spooned out and served on toast. And it's almost breakfast time.
That's a good line.
It's so good. Oh, my God. This part was so good. I know it's dramatic. I know it's supposed to be the part where we're like trying to find the doctor before he gets killed or before he gets captured, and then we don't have the proof we need to bring down the bad guys. But you're just like, but it's so much fun. It's like when Sinclair and Londo were undercover looking for that girl, and he just wore a pea coat, and then nobody knew who he was. It's so good.
It's because when people see the commander of the station, they're not looking at his face.
No.
They're looking at they only see the badge.
They only see the badge.
And the uniform.
And once he buttoned up that coat, he was completely invisible. And this is when we come back, and it is Cranston and his staff. And they're like, oh, there's someone on the line who says he's seen Jacobs. And they go, put him on. And I'm going to die. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this part. This man in his sunglasses were so... This was so good.
So over the top.
I loved this so much. What is the point of the sunglasses? He doesn't know who you are. He can't know who you are. You're literally a guy that lives in the sewers. You don't need sunglasses. Do you think he had a meeting with his buddies beforehand and he was like, sunglasses on, sunglasses off, sunglasses on, sunglasses off? And they're like, I don't know, boss. I think you look a lot more intimidating with the sunglasses on. And he's like, okay, I'm going to put them on.
You look a lot more official,
and
boss.
He's like, turn on my red backlight. And he turns on the red backlight. He's like, okay, I'm ready.
We
make
need
the
to make
phone.
this look legit.
Make the phone call. He's like, I understand you have something for me, mister. And he goes, doesn't matter who I am. I heard things. I think I got the guy you're looking for. He goes, where is he? He's safe.
He's safe.
He's safe. And he'll stay that way too. But I want a finder's fee, 10,000 credits on delivery. They're like, I think we can arrange that because I'm just going to kill you when you show up.
Right?
Yeah,
Right?
sure, whatever you want, man.
They said they need to remove the stranger conspiracy lady.
Yeah.
Said they're gonna kill him and anyone he talked to.
Right. So they're definitely gonna kill this guy. They're like, why is he wearing the sunglasses? We're still gonna kill him. It's fine. He's like, okay, good. I'll call you when I'm
flair,
ready. I know.
And I feel like kind of like in Austin Powers when Dr. Evil calls like the UN or whatever and he's like, $1 million. And they're like, oh, that's all? Sure.
No, yeah, that's not a lot of money anymore. And he's like, $100 million. And they're like, that's not.
$100 billion.
Bah, 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 bah.
Cranston hearing 10,000 credits on delivery. Oh, that's like.
Yeah, okay.
I make that in a week.
Pulls out his wallet. Yeah, I think I can make that happen. And then we go to Kosh and Sheridan, which is like the only really relevant. I mean, other stuff is relevant, but like this is the part I actually care about. He was like, you wanted to see me? And Kosh goes, you wanted to see me.
No one out pizzas the Hut.
Or else pizza's going to send out for you.
Same energy.
Exactly. I know. He goes, well, I guess everybody does. He's like, I mean, yeah, everybody wants to see you, Kosh, to see what you really look like inside that encounter suit. And Kosh is like, you're not ready. You're so not ready. You would not understand.
None of you are ready for that.
And Sheridan's like, am I ready? Could I be ready? I feel ready. I feel real ready. He goes, no.
You're moving a little too fast.
he's like, I'm not taking my clothes off for you, Sheridan. You haven't even taken me out for a drink.
Yeah. At least take me out for dinner before you ask to see me naked.
He brings him a DVD. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you drive a hard bargain. Baby Legend of the Lost? Edition. Hell yeah.
This hasn't been in circulation for 100 years.
Dudley Christmas episode? I'm all over this shit. He goes, no. You don't even understand yourself. And Sheridan goes, could you help me understand you? And Kosh goes, can you help
me to
understand you?
So much of Kosh's dialogue is just turning the question or statement back around to the person.
You know what it reminds me of? Remember in Mystery Man? There was that guy, they meet the Sphinx or whatever, the mentor character, and all he does is say it one way and then say it back the other way.
Yeah, he says it. Flips it.
Right.
Flips this sentence around.
So Ben Stiller's character is finally like, you can't just say it one way and then flip it around and it sounds intelligent. It doesn't make any sense. Nobody else understands. This doesn't make any sense. And they're all like, I don't know what you're talking about. It makes perfect sense. Like, I get what he's saying. What's wrong with you? That's what
right.
Kosh sounds
It's not
like.
Profound because it's symmetric.
That's exactly what he says.
Yeah.
I mentioned Mystery Man to somebody the other day, and they're like, oh, because I said, sometimes I feel like the guy who's only invisible when nobody's looking. They were like, oh my God, I haven't seen that in forever. And I was like, it's good. Can you help me to understand you? And Sheridan misses the point entirely. He's like, hell yeah. Yeah, no, I could try. What do you want to know about me, bro? You just ask anything you want.
I'll tell you something. You tell me something.
And he goes, no, you do not understand. That's when he's like, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss, bro. You did not. I was putting it down. You did not pick it up. And he goes, go. Just, you know what? Go. Go, actually. Go. You're not as fun as Sinclair. You need to fuck off. And he goes, God damn it. What do you want? What do you want from me? You know, ever since I got here, I've had the feeling that you've been watching me. You hardly ever went to council meetings until I showed up. And when I was captured, it was you who reached out and touched my mind. And now you call me here. Why? Why? Just to throw me out? Are we toys to you? Huh? Is that it? What do you want? And that's when Kosh is like, do not fucking ask me that question. Don't even.
Don't even like, with that. At least I got a response.
And he's like, will it be, Ambassador? And he goes, fine, I'll teach you. About yourself? No, about you. Until you are ready. For what?
To fight legends.
Oh, God damn it.
Finally.
Just when you're in the middle of a noir episode where you're like, oh, this, and he's like, he drops a to fight legends, and you're like, fuck it. J. Michael Straczynski, you got me again. You reeled me right back in. And then like a splash.
This isn't a noir episode. This is cosmic horror. Just a reminder.
Boop. Ah, damn it. And then just to really reel you back, we go to Max's lair.
Yeah.
Them knocking on the door, and the guy inside's like, Max? And he goes and opens the door without waiting for a response. It's fine, because who else would it be?
Right.
And it's Garibaldi, and he's like, inside, nice and slow. Keep your hands where I can see them. And then they get the doctor, and Garibaldi ends up getting stabbed in the arm because he pushes the one guy down. And he's like, don't move. So he grabs the thing and stabs him, grabs some sort of pokey thing.
Yeah.
And Dr. Franklin, Stephen Biggs, gets to do a fight scene. He's so bouncy. He's like, he's like, it's like in Final Fantasy VII, the fight scenes where you're like rocking back and forth. Yeah, that's what it felt like, because he was like, like he's just hopping up and down. And
I'm over here.
You can't even see me. I'm moving so fast. What the fuck are you doing?
Double fist hammer on your back.
I mean, he knocks him out. He does a good job.
Yeah.
This is like the first time he gets to do something other than walk around and look mildly constipated. So, like, good for you, brother. And the doctor's like, oh my God, Steven. He's like, shh, no names. No names. Besides, I'm Steve Frankie right now. And that's my buddy, Gary Baldy. No names till we're topside. We've been sent to find you. You're safe. And he's like, no, I mean, it doesn't really matter, because the other guy, he's got my data crystal. It's crucial evidence. Copies of all the examinations I made of the president. Of course, it's the only copy that I made.
He didn't back it up on Google Drive.
No. Why would you? Google would be like, thank you for the data. And then Garibaldi goes, nuts. Oh, peanuts. I just got stabbed, and now I got to wait around here. He goes, okay, doc, change the plans. You get him out of here. And Dr. Franklin's like, no. And it's not, no, you're hurt. No, I need to help you. It's, no, you're the only one who knows how to get out of here. He goes, no, you're the only one that knows the back way out of here. We can't lose you. I mean, Garibaldi even knows a back way into the ambassadorial wing.
Right.
So he could get anybody anywhere. He goes, you won't. We don't have time to argue. You're not going to lose me. There's an old storage locker 1 level up. Wait there. I'll get the crystal. And this is when Max comes back, and he's like, Chase? And Garibaldi goes, hey, Max. And he like walks out of the shadows. He's like, hey, Max, give me the data crystal. He's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he pulls out his gun, and he's like,
starts shooting.
I don't have time for this shit, because I've had a really bad day. And every time he says a sentence, he shoots twice on either side of Max, working his way up from his feet to shooting on either side of his head.
Hey, Max. Give me the data crystal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, I don't have time for this. It's because I've had a really bad day. And I'm in a really bad mood. In fact, I'm damn cranky. So why don't you give me the fragging data crystal before I start to get surly? Which is something that you really, really
He's like, I've had a really bad day. And I'm in a really bad mood. And in fact, I'm pretty cranky. So why don't you just give me the friggin' data crystal before I get surly, which is something you really, really don't want. And I would like to point out that in the past, every time somebody has discharged a weapon, we go to CNC and they're like, we've got weapons fire in Brown 2.
My headcanon for this is he has the power turned down so low that even if he accidentally hit the guy, it would just be like...
He set it to stun.
He set it to stun. And so he probably knows exactly what the threshold is for the weapons fire to show up on the internal sensors.
Okay. I mean, if anybody does, Garibaldi does. Yeah. And then Max does this like, sorry, can't blame a guy for trying to make a buck.
I didn't realize how serious this was.
I mean, if it's that big of a deal here, and he gives him the data crystal. And this is when we go back.
Max is a savvy enough criminal to know when to back off of a deal.
Yeah.
He's not going to die.
He already got paid for the watch.
Right.
So he already made some money.
He's not going to die for this data crystal. He wants to live to scam another day.
Right. And so we then cut to Cranston, and he's talking to Sheridan.
Oh, and Max may have recognized Garibaldi.
What? Not with that hat on. He's practically invisible. He's Gary Baldy right now. Regular human, not detective. And he goes, this is when Cranston's like, I've checked the station logs twice before. You've used the internal scanners to pinpoint a radiation source inside Babylon 5. He's like, I mean, yeah, it took a lot of rewiring to make it work, but, it's doable. He's like, I'd like to know why you didn't mention this possibility when we came aboard. And this is when somebody shows up and he's like, hey, we've run into a crisis with Dr. Franklin. And
Ivanova shows up.
Really, like right now.
Yep. Good timing, Ivanova.
I know. Sheridan's like, oh, actually, set the time. I got to go. And he just leaves. He's like, I got to go help Dr. Franklin.
Talk to my operations, my logistics.
I mean, she's a commander. So, yeah, it's fine. And he's like, okay, well, maybe you could tell me why you guys didn't tell me that you could have just fucking scanned using the whole station scanner.
Because you didn't say please.
She goes, first of all, you didn't ask. Second of all, we don't even know if the systems are compatible. And if they are, 2.5 hours, 2.3 hours is what she says.
Right.
And then she says, at an early age, someone should have told you you can attract a lot more flies with honey than with vinegar, sir. Maybe if you weren't such a raging asshole about it, we would have been more cooperative. That is the Ivanova I love, not the whatever happened at the end of last episode. I can see why she wants to have a little more levity in her character. Like, I can see how I feel like that rounds her character out, but I think the needle swung a little too far to the one side.
Yeah.
I think it's because everything is going to get so serious so fast.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to give these characters these moments of levity that on a rewatch, you're like, aw, oh, that was when they were young and carefree. Like, that was before.
Yeah.
They needed to give us a before. But I love the Ivanova when she's like, first of all, quit being such an asshole. Second of all, you didn't ask. And then we go to Everett, Garibaldi, Dr. Franklin, and Sheridan.
The whole gang.
The whole gang's together. And they're all in Dr. Franklin's room, I think. And he's like, well, there is, there it is, the crystal. It contains all the records of my examination of President Clark before and after, everything you need to know. They show no indication that he was suffering from medical problems, is what Sheridan says. And Everett's like, nope, he was fine. He deliberately did not want to be on Earthforce 1, which is what everybody always assumed. And meanwhile, Garibaldi is trying to get stitched up by Dr. Franklin.
Which he doesn't even have a wound on his shoulder.
It's behind in the back of his shoulder because he got stabbed from the front and it actually went through to the back. And
I was thinking maybe it was just like blunt trauma. Like he didn't get stabbed. He just got hit.
He gets hit like, I don't even know. It's fine. Don't even ask. Because he's like, what did he get in first aid class anyway? And Everett's like, 3.7. Because Dr. Franklin's like, a 4.0. And he's like, 3.7. What? Never mind.
What?
Forget it. Never mind. Forget I asked. And he's like, we could go to med lab. And he's like, no, it'd be too many questions.
So the school grading scale has not changed from the 4.0 grade point average?
No. We haven't learned to just average that shit out. No. And he goes, just try to keep both arms the same length, all right? We've got one other problem facing us people. Cranston's figured out how they can patch their scanners through to our system, which means they're going to find Dr. Everett any old time now. Like
nuts.
Nuts. I know. Peanuts. What does that mean? It means that as soon as they're online, they can just flip a switch and find you. He's like, oh my God, can we get him off the station? Like, not a chance. Every docking bay is covered. Not entirely correct. And then they go, he's got a plan. I can tell. He's got the look.
He's got the look.
I love this moment, this little smirk, this moment of camaraderie where they're all like, oh yeah, look at him. He's got a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's going to be a good plan. And I want to know what he said to Kosh to convince him to protect this guy.
Yeah.
What did he do? Did he show up and he was like, God damn it, Kosh, I want this man in your ship? Or was he like, I need to protect this guy? Like, what did he do? Did he air Earth's dirty laundry that he's hiding a wanted fugitive from Earth's own government? Like, how did he spin this? How did he? I want that scene. I want him walking up to Kosh and being like, so you remember how you wanted to import that entire stereo system, and we told you that we were worried it would bother the neighbors?
I heard from a guy, I got a lead on the entire DVD collection of Xena Warrior Princess.
Yeah, and Buffy season 1 through 7. And Angel all but the last season.
I can hook you up.
We can make this happen. And he's like,
if you do me a favor.
He's like, will you watch the musical episode with me? Maybe. Will you watch the lesbian heavy metal vampire episode of Xena Warrior Princess with me? Yes. Deal. The man can be in my ship. I think that was the entire conversation. Because how else is he supposed to say this? So Earth wants this guy. I don't want Earth to have this guy. Can I put him in your ship?
Yeah.
And Kosh was like, yeah, as long as he's unconscious.
Right.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just he had to find Kosh. He had to get Kosh into a place where he could have this conversation. He had to convince Kosh. Then they had to sedate the doctor, get him down to Bay 13, and shove him in the ship.
Oh, they're already in Dr. Franklin's apartment. He has all the equipment.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
to make this guy unconscious for an arbitrary amount of time.
Maybe they called Kosh on the scanner, on the internal system or whatever.
Sheridan just has to say out loud, hey, Kosh, I need a favor.
And he just shows up like Glinda in a bubble.
No, he just hears in his head.
Yes. It's like, oh, but he says we have to sedate him, and Dr. Franklin's like, we can do that. And Garibaldi's like, no, I told you, if you go to MedLab, it's gonna draw attention. He's like, oh no, I got everything I need right here.
It's right with the MedLab cop.
They all just look at Dr. Franklin in silent horror.
I got a whole kit. I mean,
What?
I have a whole medical kit.
I mean, I do have a cot here that I requisitioned for medical emergencies that I keep in my room for medical emergencies. Why would I not also have a sedative? It's fine. It's fine. It's just funny that all the way up through here, we pretty much kept the plot, beat for beat. And then by the end, they're like, you know what? And then somehow Palpatine survived. That's how the end of this goes. Because they get the internal scanners configured. They're double checking the interface. And then tech number 1 is like, Ambassador Kosh is requesting permission to depart. And they're like, no, wait, tell him to wait. Okay, scan. So they scan it and they're like, he's not on here. And Cranston's like, that's impossible. Are you sure the interface is working properly? And Ivanov was like, yes.
I was thinking from a technology perspective, if I write a script, if I write a program or something to detect something, part of the process of deploying that and validating it is you need to be able to do a positive dummy test. So do they have another one of those same frequency range identification crystals? Does Cranston have one or something?
And I was going to say, technically speaking, the only person who would have it would be Cranston.
Right. So if they scan and they get no results, either it's correct and there's no signals to detect, or you configured it wrong. There's a bug in the program. there's a bug in the logic, and you have to fix it. So anyway.
Yeah. There's no way to prove whether it's working or not.
Right.
Except for
you
Ivanova
don't have
saying
any kind of
yes,
positive
it's working.
test.
Yeah.
So I feel like from a just technology development perspective, it would have felt like higher confidence conclusion that everything's working correctly to say we're only picking up yours.
Yeah.
And then we can say we're actually picking one up.
Right.
But it's only yours.
Because they could have just...
Or it's only the test one that you have.
They could have just shown an animation of a scan, and then he would have been like, was that it? And they could have been like, yep.
Yeah, especially if Ivanova's in on it.
Yeah.
And like, oh, yeah, it's totally systems integrated correctly.
Mm-hmm. Everything's A-okay, Captain.
Fingers crossed behind her back.
Yep.
We get a little montage of her sneaking over, changing like a frequency range or something.
Spilling her coffee cup on her console or something. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. There's no way for her except her saying, yes, it works.
Yeah.
And then Sheridan gets to roll a natural 20 performance check. And he's like, I took you at your word that he was here, and I have turned my entire station upside down for
and
you.
You just led me on a wild goose chase?
What the fuck was this? And then Tech One's like, Ambassador Kosh really wants to go. And he's like, fine, tell him he can go. And then he keeps going. He's like, I don't understand. I thought our information said that he was coming here. The man who tried to sell me information. And Sheridan's like, around here, if you offer to pay for something or someone, you're going to get 10 people claiming to have it. And they're all going to scam you out of your money.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kosh is going to jump in the jump gate. And he's like, wait a minute. I did not authorize any kind of a launch. He's like, the Vorlon ambassador ship is in Bay 13. No one goes there except him. And he's like, well, I want that ship scanned before it's allowed to jump. He's like, maybe you didn't hear me. That is an ambassadorial vessel. And Cranston literally goes, he won't know. I want it scanned. I want it done.
This is where I was expecting something like, dude, you're not, like, you don't have authority here. I'm not following an order from the president to cooperate with you to the full extent of my ability. I'm doing this as a courtesy.
Yeah.
Of, cooperating with another Earth
That would have been
Alliance
Sinclair's
agency.
move. Sinclair's move would have been like, you don't have the authority to force me to scan a Vorlon vessel when it can jeopardize our relationship with the Vorlons.
Right. And everything I've done for you so far has just been a courtesy, a professional courtesy.
Yeah.
From one Earth Alliance agency to another.
So don't fucking push me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, it shouldn't be a problem for you if there's nothing to hide. And it's like, it's not about that. It's not about whether it's a problem or not. It's the Vorlons. And he's like, okay, fine. Initiate scan. And the computer's like, yeah, there's one life form. And they're like, cool. Is it human? And the computer's like, nah, dog. It's definitely not human. And then Sheridan's like, maybe we can call it back. We can escort Ambassador Kosh off his own ship and search it. And even if it does mean violating Vorlon territory, I mean, I'm up for it if you are, because I'm sure it would cause a major diplomatic incident without cause, and it would all be over the news with everyone wanting to know why we did it.
Official inquiries about who demanded this.
But, I mean, I'm game if you are. He's like, no, it's fine. Just let it go. And he's like, Commander Ivanova, now that it's been established that Dr. Jacobs is not and never has been on Babylon 5, we should do all we can to help out Agent Cranston. He's like, give him everything he wants. Tell him every ship that left Babylon 5 while he was here.
Every ship that left Io.
Just give him their destinations, their ETAs, anything he wants. Send him off on a real wild goose chase is what he's saying.
Yep.
He's like, now that you've turned my station upside down on this little wild goose chase of yours, I said, he's laying on a little thick.
Yeah.
You look a little thick. He goes, I expect you'll be leaving us as soon as you have Ivanova's report, a.k.a. fuck off. Fuck off. And then he leaves, and Ivanov goes, you liked that. You enjoyed that, didn't you? And he goes, what? How can you suggest such a thing? A foolish thought. He goes, well, I'll forgive it, this time.
Wink.
What? No. What? No. That was the best time I've had all day.
And then we get the gang at Bay 13.
I know, the whole gang. The whole gang's together. And they're like, okay, so we just have to wait till it recognizes us. And they walk up to the ship and they're like, oh, look. And then it looks like poop. We could have not made it poop colored because it looks like it shits out Dr. Everett.
Yes, it's an oblong lump with Vorlon patterning on it.
It looks like a poop. And they're like, oh.
Maybe it literally is the ship's poop.
Yeah. I mean.
And that's how it masked the human life signs.
Yeah. Because they were like, we are one right now because I'm digesting him. Because they're like, how did it even recognize us? And they're like, oh, this is confirmation of what we knew all along, that the Vorlons use organic technology. I mean.
Yeah, Kosh said, just wait. Wait until it recognizes you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, it's a living ship, conscious, aware. And then this is when they poop him out. It poops him out. And then they all look like, did it shit? They all just stare at it for a minute. It's like, woo, woo.
Did it just dissolve into the air? Are we breathing Vorlon ship poop right now?
Shit. What is this? And then it's just him laying there like, hey. Dr. Franklin has to go, I hated to do it, but this should bring him out of the artificial coma any time now. I want to be like, is it bored? Is the ship bored? Is that why it's like, hey, I'm going to make it look like a poop? And then this is the only way Kosh would allow any human on side of his ship was in an unconscious state. And then we get a minute where the doctor's like, hey, I'm fine, but like, weird story. While I was asleep, I think the ship was singing to me. And they're all like, okay, anyway, so let's just.
Franklin was like, are you okay, Dr. Jacobs? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And I noted it was probably nice for him to get a nap.
I know.
He was running out of stims.
Yeah,
he's been keeping himself awake.
He's been awake for days. And then he got to go to sleep and a ship sang to him. And he's like, yeah, so it was a moment. They're all like, yes, so anyway.
That was the best sleep I've had in years.
And then Sheridan gets to go and meet with the agent again.
Yeah.
And he hands off the plans.
Plans within plans.
Yeah. And he's like, his testimony records, all of it. And she's like, good. You know, it's not enough to go public with yet, but it's a start. And we'll get Jacobs onto one of our ships as soon as possible and get him out of here. And he's like, you just scored a major victory for the good guys. You should be proud.
All in all, it's just another brick in the wall, in their case, against Clark.
And he goes, you should be proud. Until next time, Captain. And he goes, there's always a next time, isn't there? And she goes, I mean, yeah, you gotta hope there's always going to be a next time, because as long as there is a next time, there's a chance that we will win.
Until next time, Captain.
There's always a next time, isn't there?
You better pray it stays that way, Captain. Because as long as there is a next time, at least there's a chance we'll win. Because in this war, Captain, we need all the chances we can get.
Because in this war, Captain, we need all the chances we can get.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's a really good lesson to take forward, which is, yes, it feels like one thing after another, but as long as there's still a chance, there's still something to keep fighting for. Which is a good takeaway.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a B plot really in this episode, except the Sheridan thing with the Vorlons, which ended up at the end connecting in.
Right.
Because Sheridan used his new agreement with Kosh.
It was a lowercase B plot.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It was like, I don't know, we're going to do this whole thing with the doctor and Kosh if we've got some time. Like, that's what it felt like. And then at the very end, they're like, would Kosh hide a body? Yeah, Kosh would hide a body. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's let Kosh hide the body.
He's bored.
It was fine. I mean, the ship was bored, so I get it. Highlight of the whole episode was the guy in the sunglasses. Just, oh my God.
Okay, well, how about
needed
this?
That.
Sheridan goes to Kosh, hey, we need to hide a guy. It's, conspiracy theory stuff, but bad guys are looking for this good person, and we need to hide the good person. Can we hide him in your ship? Don't ask me. Ask the ship.
Well, he had to stipulate that he needed to be unconscious. But maybe he was like, if the ship says it's okay, then it's okay with me. as long as he's unconscious when he goes in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then did they put it in through the mouth and then it shitted out through the side? I don't know.
Maybe they just laid him down like that. The ship picked him up.
Sent out the little proby thing.
Mm-hmm.
The cilia? What would that be? I don't even know. The little tentacle thing.
Flagella.
Oh, God, I don't know. You're asking me too many technical questions. It's been too long since I played Spore. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot else to discuss in that episode except like the significance of the Sheridan Kosh moment where this feels like the beginning of a moment for them.
Yeah.
Where maybe Kosh is finally going to do something. Like he's finally going to not just be on an armor stand in the background where he's standing still and it's clearly nobody in the suit. It's just standing in the background. Because he's been a mysterious presence since episode 1, but he hasn't really driven the plot in any meaningful way.
Right.
He's just sort of been there. Like a couple of times. We had the showdown with Morden that we didn't get to see, which I want to see more. I want to see what happened. I want the Shadows versus the Vorlon fight where his encounter suit got damaged. Mm-hmm. Like, did he just bitch slap him? Was there like a hissy fight? Slap or what? Like what happened? How did he get damaged? I want to see Dr. Franklin have another fight scene because I just want to see him hopping around like a little bunny.
That's his fighting style.
There were a lot of highlights in this episode. This was a good episode. I can see why it had a higher SI rating because this felt like a relief after the last couple of episodes where you were just like, oh, this is a lot. And then this one was like, how nice. Take the 90s dial and turn it up to 11. Can we turn it? The only thing we missed were vests. Yep. Oh, nope. That's a lie. The lady that he meets is wearing a vest.
Oh, yeah.
So they really dialed the 90s up. Well, anyway, I hope everybody's happy. It's November. This is our 3rd year podcasting anniversary.
As of November, yeah.
Yeah. We started it in November of 2022. With Strange and Beautiful Book Club, and we were putting out 3 episodes a week. I feel like we've gotten to a much healthier work-life balance now. Mm-hmm. This is good. 1 TV episode. Well, it was still 1 TV episode per week, 1 book episode per week, and 1 movie episode per week.
Was it a book episode per week, or was it a book episode per month?
No,
I think we didn't have the book schedule to begin with.
We didn't do it. We just read whatever. We just talked about whatever was on our minds at the moment. But we were doing a book, a movie, and we were trying to read a book a week. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't keep that up, obviously, because a book a week I could do it. But you work.
With a day job, yeah.
You work, so you don't have the time to do it or whatever. And then we were doing like sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. So each week had a theme.
Rotating the movies.
Where we were doing... this is sci-fi movie, this is fantasy movie, this is horror movie week. And they were doing Forever Night. And then we brought Kate on because you couldn't keep up with the book schedule.
Yep.
So then Kate was providing the book. And so she was having to read a book a week. And then, as you can imagine, that got to be a little crazy. So now we're down to 1 book a month, which feels reasonable.
Yep.
And our weekly TV episodes. And then we do movie episodes with Chris, which we're going to start doing movie episodes. We pinky promised.
On the Patreon.
For the Patreon, yeah. And I'll probably post them on the Ko-Fi, too, because I think I can also post them on the Ko-Fi. I don't know. Anything that I put on Patreon, I usually put up for free, but I might make the episodes at least. All of our tiers are $1. I mean, come on. Mm-hmm. Patreon, gets mad at you if you set your lowest tier below $3.
Oh.
It sends you a thing that's like, you're not going to make any money this way. Are you crazy? And I'm like, you are the one making more money off of this than I am. You know the cut they take from the money that we get? Anyway, I think that's a good place to leave it. I hope everybody had a really good spooky season. We are going to do a special anniversary episode where we talk about Shadow of the Vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Because I intended that to be our 2nd ever episode because we started out with Nosferatu. Mm-hmm. And I intended us to go to Shadow of the Vampire, but at the time it wasn't streaming anywhere and it wasn't anywhere. And then we had a very generous fan send us a DVD last year. I meant to do it for our anniversaries last year, but we move all the time. So we just haven't had a chance. And now we're finally in a place. We're not moving in the month of November, so we can have an anniversary episode. So you can look forward to that. I'll put it out on all the streams. So
yeah,
wherever you catch us, that's where we'll be. So I guess that's a good place to leave it. We live for the one.
We would die for the one.
Until next time, friends. Bye.
Bye.
Maybe somebody should have labeled the future. Some assembly required.